Hello everyone. Welcome back to Charmed Persons. We're glad to see ya. Unfortunately, we don't have Evan or JMO here with us this week, but that's okay. We're sending you guys love if you're watching this. Yeah, we're going to be doing a one-shot today. But we are going to be doing a one-shot with our Rubrian characters, so that we don't have to go too far from home. Yeah, I mean, without further ado, everything's looking good on the stream. Let's go ahead and get started. So, our party finds themselves asleep on a hard, rocky floor of Laszlo's makeshift home. The events of the day were long, arduous, and devastating. Each of our party members eventually find rest, letting the sorrows and woes of the day fade out of existence. Darkness envelops all of you, a peaceful blanket of silence and rest. Then, all of a sudden, a melody enters your ears. Charming, lilting music that permeates the air around you, piercing the silence of the darkness. Your eyes adjust to the sudden presence of torchlight. The flames appear on either side of you, firmly set in the ornate iron sconces on the polished marble walls. You look to either side of you and you can see your fellow party members, except for Kelfie and Elburn. They are not there with you. Reasons unknown. Everyone adjusts their eyes as you're taking in your surroundings. Is this a vision? Is this a dream? No, it can't be. It feels so real. The hard floor echoes with each shuffle of your boots, and the torchlight dances on the wind of each exhale. In front of you are two large double doors made of carved marble. The designs on the doors tell a multitude of tales in their intricately detailed carvings. You see a mighty horned dragon attacking a city. You see ships avoiding whirlpools in the ocean. You see a large circular arena with gladiators fighting for dominance. You see ships flying in the sky among the clouds. The designs are beautiful, as they are numerous. Beyond these doors lies the origin of the heavenly music dancing in your minds. Oh, there we go. You notice the absence of your party members, as I said, but you don't seem to be afraid. A calm, omniscient knowledge washes over you that you are safe, and so are they. Then a loud crack is heard as the large marble doors begin to open. The first thing to hit you is the immediate size of the grand hall beyond these doors. A massive, marble-covered interior stretches seemingly hundreds of feet in every direction. Let me give you guys a little taste. At the far end of the room stands an awe-inspiring archway with ornate vines carved into the marble all the way up. In the middle of this archway, a shining gold podium stands watch stoically. No one currently behind it. Between your party and the archway, on the other side, lies a sea of tables filled with food and drink of a vast variety. Each table is filled with juicy, well-seasoned meats, plump, ripe fruits, warm breads, and soft cheeses. Pitchers of wine and ale and mead line the centers of each table. It is a feast unheard of. A small band of instrumentalists occupy a small stage to the right of the grand hall, currently filling the vast space with the echoes of their beautiful melodies. Dream or not, vision or not, this is one of the most beautiful, calming sights you've ever laid your eyes on. It almost shocks you that you did not immediately notice the patrons that are currently sitting at some of these tables in the Grand Hall. To the far left, a table of 3 men sit currently engorging themselves with food. A thick, mustachioed man is eating various steaks and steamed vegetables off of his rapier like a makeshift kebab. The larger man at the table is currently stuffing his face with crisp patries that seem to be filled with a creamy green center. The third man at the table is eating nothing but brooding with his arms crossed, looking at the rest of the grand hall with black hair hanging over his face. Another table closer to you holds 5 individuals. At this table sit another interesting variety of patrons. A pale, brooding man staring off into space, currently being fed some type of savory pie from what would appear to be his wife, another pale individual with an air of beauty about her, but also something else. Next to her sits a young tabaxi boy who is currently tearing through a nice steak. Next to him sits a large orc man who is currently adjusting his black hair in the reflection of a silver pitcher in front of him. The last member at this table is a small halfling man with a little red bow tie who is just smiling, looking directly at you. Your attention is forced away upon hearing the first words since arriving. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Lake Peak 7. Standing beside the marble doors is a tall, lithe man with a long, crooked nose and receding white hair. His suit is pressed and well-maintained, and he gestures to the tables in the grand hall. Please, make yourself comfortable. Hey, Laszlo, how you doing, bud? Your attention is drawn, then, elsewhere, yet again, as walking past you is a large blue dragonborn, donned in heavy armor. Although intimidating in presence, he exudes a warmth and welcomeness that calms you. The large dragonborn slaps Laszlo healthily on the back before continuing forward. LeQuinn, hurry up! Before he eats all the food! On the far side of the room, at the last remaining table with patrons currently seated, a tall elf man with a bow on his back and long brown hair tied into a beard is currently gesturing at the dragonborn to return. I had to take a leak, the dragonborn responded as he continued to the table. 2 other individuals sit at that table, a husky dwarf, heavily armored and swimming in ale, and a tall elf-like man with long black robes and ears that extend further than the elves that you have seen. Please, take a seat, the old man speaks next to you. The grand hall in front of you is open. The food is inviting, the smells warm your very inner self. What would you like to do?
Atticus will walk in
to the group,
just like,
yeah.
God.
and then just go and start engorging himself.
Yeah, you there's a mini open table, so you just kind of choose one, and as soon as you grab a nice warm roll kind of smothered in butter from this basket, you pull it out of the basket and another one just appears right where it was left. And the rest of you notice this. As you pour wine into your goblets, the pitcher never empties. As you tear off a leg from a roasted chicken, the leg just immediately pops right back. The food is never ending, and as you put it into your gullets, it is the tastiest thing that you have ever had. It is the best food, better than your mom, better than your grandma, better than anything you've had in the mortal realm itself. And it fills you with warmth and satisfaction.
You think they meant me when they said Lake Peak 7, or?
Well, there's 5 of us, bud. So probably
Someone
yes. I
knew
would
your
assume-
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who was that?
I don't. Who was that? Do I know this?
You have no idea
Kind
who.
of familiar to me, but
Yeah, you have no idea who that is.
No idea.
You should go say hi.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
curious who all these people are.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, there is a vague sense of familiarity about all of these people, but none of them look recognizable.
Is there
Uh.
anything like decoration wise at like the head of because like I see in the picture there's like banners and stuff.
Yeah, the
but is
picture,
there
just
any-
for a disclaimer, is more of like a vibe thing for you guys.
Okay, cool
Yeah,
vibes.
yeah.
Is there any sort of like banners or anything that's like happy birthday or anything to denote like
Happy
what-
birthday, Laszlo.
what this celebration is?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my human
Similarly
dice.
looking for like a host.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking for
Yeah.
butt water. If there's any butt water to find, but you guys got any butt water? As I'm like shoving food in my mouth.
Okay, noted.
19.
19. Go ahead and make a perception check as well for me, Rev.
Mm. Nat 20.
Nat 20, nice. Okay,
29
so
total.
all right, perfect. So
29?
we'll go with Ray first since she didn't see the future. So Ray, you're looking around. You definitely don't immediately see any like banners or like symbolism that would let you know where you're at. However, you do see painted on the ceiling of this room, as well as carved along the edges of where the upper walls meet the ceilings, are just hundreds of depictions of various battles and various intense moments. And you start to look and you notice some familiar things. You notice kind of off to your right and up on top of one of these marble pillars is what could only be determined as an exact depiction of your party facing off against the storm giant that you fought before Devis. You look around, starting to kind of know what you should be looking for, and you see depictions of you fighting Alekar, of what must be the party before they met you fighting the Tiger Paws. And so you start noticing that the other depictions that you're seeing are other groups of adventurers, groups of individuals fighting and journeying and questing. And that's definitely what you notice when you're looking around for the banners and stuff. Rev, you notice multiple things. First and foremost, you notice that there is no discernible host. As a matter of fact, looking amongst the room, especially with a natural 20, you know that none of these people are the host. You know that for sure. The rest of the tables around you also very much enjoying their food, but also definitely giving glances around of like, where the fuck are we? What the fuck's going on? The only person who seems calm in who they are and calm in what's going on is the lithe, tall man that introduced you at the front of the doors. However, on the other side of the room, behind the pillar, is a marble door that was hard to see at first because it's just kind of flush with the marble wall. But there is a marble door that appears behind the gold podium that could lead to somewhere else, could lead to maybe where the host is. Maybe that's where the host is going to come from. But that's definitely something that you notice with your natural 20. And so, yeah, I think that that's probably what you guys both get from all of this.
I walk over to the Dragonborn that's new me.
Okay, yeah. Oh, by the way, when you ask for butt water, Atticus, there is no butt water at the table, but as soon as you ask for it, a bottle appears right in front of you.
Oh, shut
Oh
up.
my god!
This is the room of requirement.
You walk over to the Dragonborn. He's currently sitting at the table with the elf man with ears that are longer than both elves that you've seen. Another elf that looks kind of almost like the male version of Ray, almost. And then a stocky dwarf with a big red beard who's currently drowning in ale. And LeQuinn, as he was named, the blue Dragonborn, has his back to you. And you go up and you tap him on the shoulder. And as you do, Silas, the dwarf, or the elf man, the dwarf, and the elf-like individual all turn to you. Laszlo, hey, how you doing?
I part my coat so that my gun holster is visible and say, "Who are you? Tell me now."
Well, I don't know what that little metal stick is, but come on, you don't recognize LeQuinn, Ding Dong, Silas? You You don't recognize us?
I don't recognize you. No, I'm sorry. Should I recognize you?
The man who he pointed out to be Ding Dong kind of like looks at you
Fuck.
and he says, "This is a different Ding Dong, or this is a different Laszlo." And Silas, the kind of male Ray, he looks over and he says, "What do you mean? What do you mean different?" And Ding Dong just kind of looks at you and he says, "I don't know. This place is weird. I don't like it."
I have been drinking a lot of poisons to get my immune system up, so maybe that's clouded my judgment a little bit.
Oh
Well,
my god.
well, I can't believe you don't remember, but you helped us. I mean, we befriended you. We almost killed you, but then you were like, "Yeah, no, we can join you," and you don't remember any of that?
Doesn't really ring a bell. I've been mostly focused on the Lake Peak 7.
Who?
You don't know the Lake Peak 7? Oh my gosh, I've got to tell you. They're right there. Well, some of them.
And you point over to the table. Everybody kind of looks over. They don't really recognize anybody. You don't recognize any of them, but they do kind of half-heartedly give a wave.
I look suspiciously at the male elf, and I'm just like,
And he's kind of looking at you. He just shrugs.
Is there
I'll
any
be like-
female Atticuses out there?
Nope, you don't notice that. No.
alternate realities.
And I will say he doesn't look. And I will say he doesn't look like if Ray was a male. It's just like, you know,
Oh, okay, like just the essence.
the essence. Yeah. He's got a
That's
long
male, you
braid
over
down
there,
his
Ray?
back. He's definitely covered in like nature-esque attire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just look
yeah.
at Atticus and I say, if I were a guy, I would want to
Hot.
look like that.
Atticus,
would.
I will say, if you look around the
Our
room,
Elvin's not here.
what you definitely notice is that at the first table that you were looking at with the guy who's kind of just brooding with black hair in front of his face, something that you definitely notice as a purveyor yourself, he has like 5
3
great
swords.
swords on his
Yeah.
back.
I only have
Oh my
2
God.
swords. I got rid of one.
But he has like
Right.
5 great swords on his back as he's just kind of looking around.
Nice swords. Then I'll kind of tap my swords.
Death welcomes us all!
Enjoy your night.
Oh, bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the BTG. And the man turns to his left, and out of the doorway come a series of individuals. First and foremost is a female dwarf who's carrying a lute and immediately kind of looks at the band across the way and starts to kind of like get really excited. Behind her, you see a large, well, not super large, but large for what it looks like, a bird man type creature, with thick black feathers and then like a kind of crown of red and white feathers at the top of his head, a large beak. He just comes in and just immediately squawks extremely loudly. It echoes throughout the chamber.
Squawks.
Behind him is a large individual who seems almost bovine in appearance. Kind of really heavy as he steps forward, big smile on his face. And then peering just behind him, almost at the height of his knees, is a small halfling with kind of a white rolled up shirt with suspenders and kind of like capri slacks that he's wearing.
Khakis.
And up from behind him, a snout reaches under his legs and kind of picks him up as this large gray lioness kind of becomes this halfling steed. And from behind her, you see this very ornately, exotically dressed gray tiefling that has ram horns, kind of gray purple tiefling that has these ram horns that curl onto the back of her head with this long, flowing, curly hair. And that's the group that enters, and they kind of, very similarly to you, like look around like, what the fuck is going on? Ray, you immediately recognize them as some of the people in the drawings that you've seen as you've been looking around. And then with all of this put together, you start to look at the other individuals in here, and you see depictions of them up and around, kind of fighting various individuals. And BTG just continues to walk into the Grand Hall, and they find a nearby table and immediately start eating.
I look at.
wonder what-
Oh, go ahead.
No.
I was gonna say.
I wonder
look
what
at,
BTG stands for.
I'm
Probably
sure something really sophisticated.
really something. I'll get really close to everybody and like swallow the piece of roll that I have in my mouth and just be like, "You guys, I think this is a multiverse."
What?
What?
I don't know. The word just came to me.
I hear multiverses are really hot right now.
Yeah, well, but like, look at these banners, and I'll like point out like everything that I saw with, and it's like that's
Totally.
like us. That's like us. But who are they? Like that's them. Are they another group? Are
Is
they
this
like
like
us?
some sort of
like, are they
extended universe?
a peak peak like 12 or something? I don't
Peak
fucking know.
Lake.
BTG, bovine. I don't know.
They all seem like a lot of big tough groups, but I don't know what we're all doing here.
Yeah.
A couple of these groups are pretty extra, if I would say so myself.
Yeah.
A
Did you
little,
know
yeah.
those people? Did you what?
Oh yeah.
They seem to really know me, but I couldn't place them, and I was getting weird vibes. One of them looked exactly like you, Ray, but a guy. So,
Yeah, that's how I would describe them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but I don't see it though.
Yeah, well,
Right?
one of the Dragonborn was just like me, but like bigger.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Should we like look around?
Yeah, I
I
want
wanna-
to look at the banners too, like as we like and try and see if like all of our depictions are like things that have actually happened.
Yeah, yeah. I won't make you roll for that, especially with that natural 20 that you had. Everything that you've see depicted has happened. It definitely maybe seems to be embellished, like the one with you guys on the storm giant is like everyone attacking at the same time, and the one with the one with the dragon, the first time you guys fought the red dragon in Duskhall, Atticus is not the only one on top of the dragon. You're like all on top of the dragon, kind of like. So they do seem to be a bit embellished, but they are all
That's a lie.
they are all events that have happened. And a curious, almost scary thought crosses your mind, and you start to study them even further. And to your relief, there is nothing depicted that has not happened. Which is good, because that could have been a very ominous, weird thing. Yeah, that's.
You mean there's no nega pictures?
There's no nega pictures. No.
No mega pictures, nothing. Yeah, that has been portented.
But around the room, there's the two big marble doors, the various tables that are about, the small stage with the instrumentalists, who are all dressed very similarly to the lithe man at the front. Very calm, stoic faces just seem to be playing the music. There's the gold pillar and then the door behind it. But other than that, and the various beautifully carved depictions of the various battles and journeys, there's not really much to see right now.
I think we should go talk to that guy at the front. Seems to
I'm-
know the
I'm
most.
honestly like a little afraid to ask any questions about this place.
Can I
said
do
it out loud. Yeah.
I'll go walk towards that guy.
Okay, yeah.
while we're all doing that and going to walk towards them? Can I just cast thaumaturgy to see if magic works here?
Yes,
On like one of the candles. Or
for
something?
sure. You attempt to cast thaumaturgy on the candle to release the flame, and nothing happens.
Damn it.
Great
So much
for the
time
wizard.
preparing new
I-
spells.
I'll do that, and like if I because since it's a cantrip and that happened, I'm gonna do it and then nothing happens. I'm gonna do it again and nothing happens, and I'm gonna be like, okay, cool, so I know magic better than that, and I'm just gonna grab Avra's hand and be like, magic doesn't work here, magic doesn't work here,
What?
magic doesn't work here, watch. Nothing.
Maybe you should stick close to us, Avra.
Oh boy.
I try and do the
yep.
brain trust.
You try and do the brain trust, and nothing happens.
Ah! We are a
Boy.
martial group.
In my head, just like brain trust isn't working.
Do I have my swords?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can I
Like,
take
we
out
have
the
weapons and
glistening
stuff.
sun and try to like just throw and come back, or does it just like throw? And
Uh,
fall on the ground?
It does throw and come back.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
magic items seem to work.
I
Get magic.
take out a stick of dynamite. Should I try this?
No.
No.
To be honest, I don't know.
Okay. I'll put it back.
You approach the man. And he's just kind of looking stoically forward.
Hi. Hey. Hi.
Hello! Are you enjoying your time in the Grand Hall of Dind?
Dind?
Dind.
Dind?
Yes.
Can you spell
Yes.
that?
Very much
D-N-D.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I don't know
This
what
is
that
great.
means.
So where
told you.
where are we? Who are you?
My
Why are we
name is Butler, and you will be introduced to Tak Zaber in times near to come.
That's it. I gotta say, dumb name.
Don't be rude, Atticus. And I'll like smack
Sorry,
him.
sorry, you're right.
Tak Zabor.
Is the food free or do we have to pay somebody?
It is yours. Have as much as your stomach will fill.
Cool.
And then even more because, honestly, you can't get sick here.
Oh.
We're gonna test that.
But like, why?
Constitution, nothing.
Tak Zaber will reveal everything in due time.
I noticed that a lot of these paintings don't include me, and that's canonically correct.
Yes.
I was wondering if
Well, that
maybe
one includes you, and you look over to see a depiction of what looks like you, Laszlo, with the group, with the group that you saw earlier, fighting. Yeah, like Rev just said, fighting a wizard.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
When
Sweet.
did that happen, Laszlo?
I don't remember, but I definitely did that, I feel like.
You say you don't know those guys?
I don't know those guys at all, for sure, 100%.
Well, it wasn't you. It was their version of you.
Huh?
It will all
Are
be
you a-
explained in due time.
Are you a construct, Laszlo?
No. I have an
Okay.
organic heart. I wish I was a
All of their worlds have versions of you, and you have versions of them in all of your worlds.
Whoa.
Laszlo, you're like the key to all this.
Oh, okay.
Laszlo
there's a lot of
is our
responsibility.
network
Laszlo's Tom
specialist.
Bombadil.
I suddenly straighten up. Okay.
I definitely don't know about you guys, but I want to talk to the BTG. They look cool. They look so cool.
If you
Oh,
wouldn't
boy.
please, if you would please step away from the main doors, I must announce the next group.
I think
There's
the
more?
band's about to get a chorus.
Yes.
added to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Red Chorus.
I'm dead. I'm gonna cry.
And out of the doors, first of all, you see two small individuals, one a female gnome and one a male halfling. The female gnome is covered in kind of like tight leather garb. She immediately walks in. What the fuck is this? And the male halfling next to her is he has his hood up, this like green cloak on him, and he's looking around. Behind the two of them, you see a tall human man with long red robes, ornately designed with kind of like gold trimmings on them, and he is looking around as well. And behind him, you see a female elf with kind of like white iron armor with these like gold trimmings, long black hair, with a sword and a shield. And she looks to be staring about the chamber with everyone else. And then last, entering behind the group, is a tall, very skinny, very thin Goliath, with a brown kind of dress that has a poofy like tutu-esque trim at the bottom of it. And in his arms is this like just extremely cute looking Cocker Spaniel, who is also kind of looking about and looking around the room. And those are the people who enter, and the tall-eyed man looks to the group and says, "Please, welcome, make yourself comfortable."
Do you guys see that dog? Do you see that dog?
It's
Or
a
I'm gonna
cute
pet
dog.
that dog.
Do you think that they'll let me pet it?
I'm pretty interested in that lion over there too.
Why? We need to get. Do you think Tiny could come? Do you think? And I'm gonna try
Gustav here?
to.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Yeah, Gidget?
Gidget is with you. Gustav can be summoned, and Tiny can be summoned as well.
I have a feeling Tiny can be summoned, but I'm not gonna do it right now.
I
Well,
didn't
Gidget's
prepare
here.
Gustav. Yeah, get his hand.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
It's weird. It's like it's weird. Some of your magic works, some of your magic doesn't work. It's very pick and choose, almost as if someone is
Would it
picking
be
and
at
choosing
random?
what works.
This Tax Zabor is a very powerful entity.
Taxabor has this whole place rigged. I know it.
Yeah.
Wow, they're cool too, you guys. Are we this cool? Do you think people think we're this cool?
As this new group is kind of walking past you, the tall Goliath kind of looks at you guys. Hi,
Hi.
who are you guys?
I'm.
We're the Lake Peak 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're the Red Chorus. I'm Marth.
Hey,
This
Hey.
is this is
Meet you,
Pi-
Marth.
this is Pillowcase.
Oh my god! And I immediately just start like doing this to its ears.
And he loves it too. He like just kind of wiggles his head back and forth.
He's so
Okay.
cute.
Do you guys know what's going on?
no.
No.
We're about to find out. Somebody's tax
some-
neighbor's about to say something.
Does he work for Earthkish?
Who's that?
I don't
Sounds
think so.
bad.
Earthkish. Well,
Never heard of him.
don't worry. We'll take care of him. And he kind of walks away back towards his group.
As he's walking away, I just go, Xavier!
Marth! And he keeps walking.
Yeah. I think maybe
We'll
Earthkish.
pet the dog. Anyone want to come try to pet the lion?
Did you say Earthkish?
Absolutely.
And you see that all of a sudden members of the BTG and the Red Chorus start talking to each other, apparently having
Oh,
this
no.
common enemy,
Emily!
having this common enemy amongst themselves called Earthkish, and they immediately start talking, and you see
It sound like-
these two groups immediately seem to have a connection that is different from everybody else.
Interesting.
That's fair.
They probably have a lot of backstory to get through. So
I wonder if we
I
just
wonder-
shout out the name of our enemy, maybe we'll find somebody else.
That's.
Name.
I was
Try it.
wondering, yeah. Do you want to try? Because it didn't work for me.
Xavier Synax! I'm just gonna shout it out, see if anybody reacts.
Krampus!
Nope.
I wonder
Was
if,
that the guy with the swords? Oh my god.
if Emily and mine characters who murked these fools. actually show up.
Oops.
Also, we'll get to that later. As you are all seeing all of this happen, as your brains are moving around at the speed of light, not knowing what's going on, you then hear. All right, you no longer have DM inspiration. Just kidding. You have it. Oh wait. Okay, cool. Sorry, I thought the stream wasn't recording our audio. So that would have been really bad. You hear the sound of trumpets. And the trumpets, although are not coming from the instrumentalist on the stage, they have actually now stopped playing. And you see the large door behind the gold podium open up. And out from this door steps a large man, clean shaven, with long brown hair that just kind of falls onto his shoulders. Large port belly, very tall and wide in size, just a large man, and he kind of steps up to the podium and puts his hands on either side and says, "Hey everybody, I'm Tax Zamer.
Yeah.
Nice to meet all of you. Please take a seat. Take a seat. And everybody kind of takes a seat and gathers around. He says, "Welcome to the realm of Dend. Really glad to have you guys here. Don't worry. I'm definitely going to explain everything that's going on. Not all of your questions will be answered. So, first and foremost, I just want to say, welcome to the trial of Gygax. Yeah! Give yourselves a round of applause. Cool.
We'll look around the room.
Cool.
Does anybody seem like they have heard of that before?
Not a single person.
Yeah, figured.
Everyone is very half-heartedly clapping. And he looks to the rest of you, and he says, wait, where is that? Okay. So, you have all been selected because you are all on various quests or adventures where you're trying to prove yourselves in a variety of ways. Each and every one of you have been hand-selected by the Gygax Council to be recipients of our help. Now, I'm sure you have many questions, most of which I'm never going to answer. However, let me ease your mind somewhat, okay? You're not dreaming. This is not a vision. This is happening, okay? You have been transported from your world to the realm of Dend. Here, your worlds collide and even affect one another, okay? So here, you are safe from permanent harm and the woes of the world you left behind, all right? You will return soon enough. You will awaken where you last fell into your various slumbers, and all will be the same. But if you play your cards right, you could walk away with just the thing you need to help you on your specific journeys.
Okay.
Now, fret
Another
not.
sword.
This is not a battle amongst yourselves, okay? All these nice people that you just met, you're not going to have to fight any of them, right? While I'm happy that you've all been able to connect and introduce yourselves, this will most likely be the last any of you see of one another, potentially for the rest of time. So, each of your groups are going to go through the trial of Gygax on your own, right? So, now, what is the trial of Gygax? Well, it's quite simple. It's a series of 3 tests. Each test is going to get more difficult than the last. They will test your wits, your might, and your spirit. Should you fail the first or second test, you will still move on to the last test with the chance to receive our help. However, failures in the first 2 tests will lead to a much more difficult third and final tests. What are these tests? And what will you gain by besting them? Well, I'm not going to tell you because that defeats the purpose. As I said, I'm sure you have your questions and I'm sure you want to do or say something to stop me or question me, but please heed my advice. You have no power here other than the power that we grant you, but we're not here to harm you, okay? So just go along for the ride and you're gonna enjoy it that much more, okay? Well, without any further ado, let's the trial commence, all right?
Can I do an insight check on him?
He snaps his fingers, and unfortunately, it's a little bit too late. as
I almost got to read him.
as the wind,
Tracing a call. And
as the wind just immediately blows out every light in this grand hall, and you are completely enveloped in darkness. You try moving from your seated position, but you can't. You feel as if your arms and legs are plastered to your chairs, almost as if held by some incredibly strong adhesive. Let me change the music. Okay. Bright light blinds you for a moment, but then your sight adjusts. You are sitting in a semicircle with the rest of your party. You can all see one another, and you're all sitting on a plain gray stone chair. The floor and walls around you are also all made out of stone. They continue beyond your vision, just becoming darkness. In front of all of you, there's a simple wooden door. You begin to hear soft footsteps. The door creaks open and a small gnomish man appears before you. His bald head reflects light from an invisible source, and his spectacles hang at the bottom of his long nose. He wears a proper blue and gold suit with a lace collar and lace cuffs. He carries a leather-bound large book and is currently flipping between the pages as he enters the room, not looking up. He kicks his leg back and swings the door closed. From the ground in the center of this circle, a stone pillar starts to rise. Unbothered and without looking, the old gnomish man just walks forward, stands on the pillar as it starts to rise, and rises all the way up to the eye line of your party. Well, hello there, the old man says as he finally looks up. You are all the, let's see here, Lake Peak 7. There's 5 of you, that's confusing, but I am not going to question. Your group names are always very weird.
I'm new here, so I just.
Oh, you don't need to speak. Alrighty,
Kinda
so
first trip.
I understand you have a lot of questions. Unfortunately, I can't answer any of them for you. I just have to tell you things, okay? So, this is your first test, first of 3. This will be testing your mind, okay? There is a way to succeed this test. There is a way to make it past victorious, but you will have to figure it out on your own. So, without any further ado, and he kind of steps, and as he steps, the pillar just moves along the floor with him as he walks over to you, Ray.
Oh, fuck.
And he says,
It's a mind one?
I have towns without people, forests without trees, and rivers without water. What am I?
I look at the group and I'm like,
I'm panicking.
The group tries to speak and they can't.
I'm sorry, can I ask for a repeat?
Yes, you are allowed 1 repeat. I have towns without people, forests without trees, and rivers without water. What am I?
Town without people, forest without trees, river without water?
You have 10 seconds.
A fucking plight, bro. I don't know, like a.
The answer was map. The answer we were looking for was map. She steps
Why
to
would
her.
you pick me? I can choose.
She steps to her left, and he steps next to. Whoa, hey, calm down. Calm
Oh
down.
god, am I about to be executed? You said we wouldn't be hurt.
He steps to his left to the next person in line, which is Laszlo. And he comes up to you, Laszlo, and he says, I have a head and a tail, but no legs. I'm probably with you now. What am I?
All right, can I get a repeat just to cover all my bases?
I have a head and a tail, but no legs. I'm probably with you now. What am I?
A head and a tail with no legs. You're probably you don't know what I got on me. I want to say a robot, but that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
I'm going to say head and a tail with no legs. A brain.
Wrong. Coin. We were looking for the answer of coin.
Laszlo.
Dang it.
He steps to his left and steps in front of you, Rev. He says, I am the beginning of the end and the end of before. What am I? I will repeat while you think. I am the beginning of the end and the end of before. What am I?
Now. The present.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer. Wrong answer. The correct answer was letter E. Letter E. He steps to his left. Atticus. What breathes, consumes, and grows, but was never and will never be alive?
One more time, please.
What breathes, consumes, and grows, but was never and will never be alive?
A loaf of bread.
The answer
go.
we was looking for was fire. Fire was the answer that we were looking for. He steps to his left one last time, stepping in front of you, Avra, and he says, "The rich want it, the poor have it, but they will both die if they eat it. What is it?"
Can I get my repeat, please?
The rich want it, the poor have it, but they will both die if they eat it. What is it? The answer we were looking for was nothing. That is the answer that we were looking for. The word nothing.
Kind of said that.
I feel like she said that. Can we get a judge?
Yeah. I knew like 3 of the other answers. Does that count for anything?
But you didn't know this one, correct?
But she did say
I
nothing.
did say nothing.
But did you know that that was the answer?
Of course I did.
Make a deception check. Add
Yeah.
advantage with Atticus helping you out.
Also, will you repeat the riddle as it was spoken?
The rich want it, the poor have it, but
Okay.
they will both die if they eat it.
16.
16. I'm sorry, you're not good enough at lying.
So did we do bad?
So, that was the first 5 riddles. You each have 2 more riddles.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
I would
ready this
advise
time.
you to do better. He slides very smoothly all the way back over to Ray, and he says, "What is black in color when bought, red in color when used, and white when thrown away?"
Black when bought, red when used, white when thrown away.
Correct.
Coal.
Coal is the correct answer.
Good answer, yeah, Ray.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. This is like Family Feud. Good answer.
Um, he slides over to Laszlo. Laszlo,
I look at myself and I just go, maybe I am smart.
I have an eye, yet I cannot see. What am I?
You have an eye, or is this hypothetical? All right. It has an eye but cannot see. A closed eyeball.
Good answer. Good answer.
We were looking for either the word needle or the word storm. He slides to his left, next to Rev, and he says, "If you turn me and open my belly, you will be wiser. What am I?"
Book.
That is correct. Book is the correct answer.
Why are
Good
these
answer.
ones easier?
He slides next to Atticus. "I break when you name me. What am I?"
This was in Jackie's show.
What?
You're muted.
Can I get a country of origin? For a repeat?
I break when you name me. What am I?
Break.
No cheating.
Break when you name me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A letter. I don't.
The answer we were looking for was silence. Silence is the answer that we were looking for.
Wow.
He moves to Avra. "I am made out of 5 letters. I am also made out of 7 letters. I have keys, but no locks. I am concerned with time, but not with clocks. What am I?"
A piano?
Piano is the correct answer.
Good
Good
answer.
answer.
Good
Good
It's
answer.
about
Put
time I got
your
one.
wizard sage alchemy degree to use.
I have
Yes.
an
I don't know if we
education.
Smash something soon.
Ray, Rev, Avra, well done. Atticus and Laszlo, you might want to step it up. He
is
slides all the way to his right. Ray, what must you give first in order to keep?
Love.
Oh, good answer.
The answer we
Good
were looking
answer,
for
good
was your word.
Mm,
He slides to Laszlo.
thought it was
Give me an easy
respect.
one. Can you give me an easy one?
I like
Brought-
to look at him. Just,
Brought to the table, cut and served, but never eaten. What am I?
This brought to the table, cut and served, but never eaten. Um, I'm tempted to go with like garnish of some sort, but that doesn't really make sense. Can I get a repeat?
I am brought to the table. I can be cut and served, but never eaten. What am I?
Um, um, uh, a knife.
Correct answer is a deck of cards. Unfortunately for you, Laszlo, you are not making a good first impression.
Hey, good job, Laszlo. I'm proud of you. Stepping up to the plate. Half the battle.
He slides in
Damn.
front of Rev. The more you take out, the bigger I get. What am I?
Death.
That was it. Was the
The more you take out, the bigger I get. What am I?
debt?
Roll a persuasion check.
for Zach specifically.
Come the fuck on. Card. All right. That's gonna be a 19.
He looks at you and he says, "Why, that is not the answer that is recorded here. We were looking for..." Wait, what was the one I asked you? We were looking for the word whole. I must say, debt is a sufficient answer. Debt is a sufficient
Yeah,
answer.
good answer.
Yeah, good
Good
answer.
job, Rev.
He slides to his
among
left
us now.
in front of Atticus. Up and down they go and travel, but never do they move an inch. What are they?
Can I get a repeat?
Up and down they go and travel, but never do they move an inch. What are they?
Stars.
Unfortunately, we were looking for one letter off. Stairs. We were looking for stairs.
Oh.
Yeah, but stars also move in the sky, but don't also move.
If the stars in your sky are moving, you are intoxicated. He slides to his left to Avra. Avra, what is long, brown, and sticky?
Oh.
A stick.
Correct answer. He slides back into the center. Well, it was a tough go, but on average, all of you answered one riddle correct. Thanks to Rev and thanks to Avra.
It's a team game. It's a team game. All right, good job, everybody.
You have
I
passed.
high five you.
You have passed the first test.
Yeah.
Good
I don't
luck.
think I'm-
5.
And darkness envelops all of you yet again. This time you're on your feet and you feel still, but you have your functions about you. You're able to move. First, we will start with Atticus and Rev. Atticus and Rev, you are in the middle of a stone hallway, immensely long in front of you, stone wall behind you. The wall immediately becomes, or the hallway immediately becomes lit with torches. About 20 feet in front of you, you see a single green goblin who is there with 2 daggers in either hand. And he starts getting worked up. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go. I need you both to roll initiative.
Oh my god.
this I can hang. Okay. Dirty 20.
Okay, dirty 20 for Atticus. What'd you get, Rev?
13.
13.
Lucky number.
13. 24. Okay, I should have set this up beforehand. My bad. Atticus. And then the goblin the goblin's last. So, okay. Atticus, you're up. He's about 30 feet in front of you. And you have all of your equipment, and you feel magic flowing through you.
I will. I'm gonna run up to him 30 feet, and I'm just gonna look at him, and I'm just gonna say, "Pause," and I'm gonna cast command.
Okay. What is the saving throw on that?
It's a. Wisdom saving throw, DC 16.
He fails the saving throw and pauses. Well, actually, he'll do that on his next turn. So, do you have a bonus action or anything else that you want to do?
I'll just laugh as my bonus action.
Great. Rev, what would you like to do?
I move up to Atticus in the hallway next to the goblin and like take my I don't know. I'm confused what this
cute.
He's a goblin. Like there's got to be a different solution than just wailing on this guy. I feel like
Right?
like this is the strength test or is this still the mind test? I don't know.
Maybe we're out thinking it. I don't know.
Yeah. I looked to the goblin like, do you want to do this?
Okay, and that's how you spend your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. He spends his turn pausing, but he can speak, and the whole time he's just, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. And that's how he spends his turn. Atticus, you're up.
What's that bonus action? Okay, yeah. I will.
I love this.
I don't want to kill this guy.
This is so
For some
much-
reason I wanted to kill so many things, but this one goblin I like don't want to kill. I will. I'll just look at Rev like I feel I don't. How much room is there like on either side of the god? Like how wide is this hallway?
The hallway total is like 10 feet wide.
Okay. I'll just try to get around him so he's between me and Rev.
Yeah, easily enough.
I'll cast Shield of Faith on Rev, so you get a +2 to your AC.
Okay.
And
Cool.
I'll just say, as my action, I'll just be like, I think we're just gonna wait this out and then see how he reacts. I'll hold my shield. I'll take the dodge action.
Okay, yeah. Because the Shield of Faith is bonus action?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Rev, what do you do?
Looking toward like down the hallway. What else was there? Is it?
Where the goblin was, there's just a stone wall behind him.
Oh fuck. Okay.
I love it. God, this is fun. One shots where you set up the premise that you just have ultimate control over everything is really great. Do what you feels right, my man.
Yeah. I cast darkness and
Okay.
I have magic vision, so I can see.
Yes, you sure
This
can.
is kind
What's
of
Yeah, so
like move away from the
Yeah.
goblin.
So Rev reaches out his hand, his eyes kind of become a light gray overcast tone, and the area around this goblin and next to you, Atticus, just immediately becomes enveloped in darkness. The goblin
Help you blind me. You know,
the goblin is not gonna know what to do. And so he's just gonna be like, he's gonna swing at Atticus at a disadvantage because he's in magical darkness. And he gets a natural 20, but a disadvantage gets with your shield, there's no way, a 15.
No.
Yeah, he stabs at you with his dagger, but he just hits a part of your armor and it does nothing.
Mm.
And that is the end of his turn. Atticus, you're up.
Can I? I got. No, I gave that away. I'll just try. I know I can't see anything. I just want to try to grapple this goblin and just give him a hug.
Okay.
It's like, it's gonna be okay. You don't have to do this. It's gonna be okay.
Make an athletics check at disadvantage, and he's gonna make one just at a straight roll because he would have advantage, but he's also in darkness.
Disadvantage. I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, it's in darkness.
And
so.
a 20 and a 19. Athletics would be a 22.
He got a 21. I thought it was gonna be a good roll for him. But so yeah, you grab onto him and you're holding onto him. Let me go, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you.
It's not an aggressive grab.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's your turn. Rev, what are you up to?
I see this and I come up from behind and also hug this like
Okay.
and just you don't have to we don't have to fight. There's strength in love.
The goblin is so mad. He's squeezed. He's like, "You're taking away my happiness by not letting me fight you." And he takes his dagger and he's grappling. Restrained is disadvantage, but grappling is not a disadvantage. But he is still in darkness, so he's gonna attack. Well, okay, so he's gonna swing at Atticus with just a straight roll because the advantage isn't that like he's in darkness, but he's also right next to him. But he's also so just straight roll. Attack on you. He gets a 7. He misses, but he is still trying to stab you with his dagger. Atticus, it's your turn.
I'm gonna try to I'll try to use my action to use 5 points of lay on hands to either neutralize one poison or a disease that he's got. Just try to just help him out a little bit. Just calm him down while still grappling him.
You cast lay on hands on this creature, and although you can't see it, Rev, where his hand touches the goblin, you see it immediately start to burn and peel away at his flesh. As he's like, "Oh, oh no!" And you take away 5 hit points from this goblin. And that's the end of Atticus' turn. So, Rev, what are you doing, bud?
I mean, obviously he really didn't like that. That seemed to do him harm, actually. Yeah. I think we gotta fight. I don't. Fuck. I just keep.
Hey, I can't see anything.
You just keep waiting. Is that what you said?
I hug harder.
You hug harder. Oh, this goblin's pissed. He's gonna swing at Atticus again. He gets a natural 20, which means 2d4. He does 8 points of piercing damage to you as he slices his dagger right in between the plates of your shoulder and sticks the blade in, and you just hear him go, "Yeah!" And that's the end of his turn. Atticus, you're up.
Like, I'll fucking slash.
Go ahead. Roll an attack.
Disadvantage because it's
Yeah. Well, no, just straight roll because you're right next to him. It's just a weird thing. Yeah, straight roll.
No, it's a 3 plus. I'll use glistening edge. It's 3 plus 8, so 11.
That hits.
Oh, shit.
Very low AC on this goblin. You go ahead and roll damage.
It's 12 points of damage.
You don't see it, but Rev, as he slices the sword at the goblin, the burned away handprint on his stomach heals itself. And past that, after the blade just seemingly passed through the goblin, after the handprint is healed, his muscles begin to bulge a little bit better, and his veins become a little bit tighter, and he's like, "Yeah, baby!" You have an extra.
It's really swole, man. What's going on?
You have an extra attack if you wanted that.
No, I wouldn't take the second attack. I'm sorry. I lashed out. Like, no,
Okay. Yeah, I'll just say that you just hold on to the grapple with that second attack.
Yeah.
Rev, what do you do?
Okay, so that healed him, and he looks a little ripped now. I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on the goblin.
Okay, yeah. You cast Detect Thoughts, and you immediately feel a wild, bloody sense of rage and hate and violence coming from him. All he wants is to kill you. That's all he wants. It's like it's his entire purpose.
Yeah, I think this is a he just wants to fucking kill us.
should I just lay on hands him out of
I think
existence then?
just see if that works. Just pump. Yeah, it's a goblin. I feel like it can't be. Does 20 sound right? I don't know.
The goblin, while you're debating with Atticus, the goblin swings at you and misses. Which means, Atticus, you can have your turn if you would like.
I'll just grab both sides of his head and be like, I'm sorry. And I'll just lay on hands with 20 points, half or whatever.
Yeah, you put in the lay on hands. His eyes start to burn from within his brain itself. His mouth opens in a bright white light, and you just hear him say, "Finally, my purpose is fulfilled." He just bursts into flame and light and ash in front of you.
I think you just.
I didn't even ask him his name.
And with a snap in the air, darkness surrounds both of you yet again. And we will come back to you. But now, let us join Ray, Avra, and Laszlo as you all find yourself in a circular stone room. In this stone room, there are no walls, or there are no doors or windows. It's just circular walls. And then in the center, there's a small recess in another circle. And within this circle are 3 statues. One statue has a man shirtless with a loincloth. He has a bow and an arrow, and he's pulling it back. The arrow itself is on fire, and the pedestal on which he stands has ornate flames carved out of stone climbing up of him. The second statue is of a woman with long hair, covered in like furs, and she holds out her hands, and from her hands there is a pool of water that is overflowing and spilling into the basin below her. Not actual water, carved in stone. And the fourth statue is of a small child that is leaning over on a stool, seemingly making a pot out of ground clay and earth. Flowers and vines are crawling up his legs. And there's silence for a moment as all of you are in the middle of this smaller circle kind of looking at the statues. And then you hear... And these 2 stone abscesses just release and open at the ceiling, and this black viscous goo just pours onto the ground and starts to spread all over. You try to step away, but it is immediately all over your feet, making you step slowly. Basically, it's difficult terrain. You're going to go half speed while you're here. And you just notice that the flow continues and starts to rise, starting to fill the room with this black viscous goo. I need the 3 of you to roll initiative, please.
Huh.
Uh,
I got a 12.
12, 8?
5.
5. Okay, 12, you're first. What do you do?
Oh no, I gotta redeem myself after the poor showing with the riddles. I try to wade forward as much as possible towards the 3 pillars in the room.
Yeah, you're in the middle of this circle, and each statue is 15 feet away from you. So with your half speed, you should be able to get to whichever one of the statues you want to get to.
I will. Yeah. I I take out. I have like my backpack, and I pull out like a big kind of like open-barreled, almost like bazooka gun.
Okay, yeah.
And I load it with gunpowder, and I cast the spell Scorching Ray.
Okay.
And I just fire 3 big blasts of flame at the one that's on fire that has like the flaming arrows guy.
Okay, yeah, easily enough. I won't make you roll for it. The two of you not having seen Laszlo really in combat before, he reaches into kind of this bag of holding that he has and pulls out this long metal tube that is longer than what the bag would allow, and puts it on his shoulder, takes out this kind of like canvas sack of gunpowder, pours it in, puts it down, and presses this gem, throwing these big 3 beams of fire towards this fire statue, exploding, spreading out on the statue itself. Nothing seems to happen. The room is continuing to fill with black viscous goo. Do you have a bonus action that you want to do?
I have no bonus action, but I look back at the other 2 and say, well, I think we're screwed.
Oh my god.
All right, number 8.
Oh man, I'm going to go toward the statues.
Which one? You can get to one of them.
I'll go to the fire guy.
Okay, so you go over next to Laszlo.
And cast, I don't know, can I cast Identify?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Identify.
The statue is not magical. It's just a statue.
Neat. Well, that was my action, so that's all.
Okay. Right? What do you do? You're in the center of the circle, 15 feet away.
Immediately just cast a 3rd level Thunder Wave on the goo.
On the goo? Okay.
It's almost like I know that I'm doing magic, but because it's druid magic, like I'm just like
yeah, for sure.
Immediately like
For sure, yeah. I won't make you roll for it, and the others are 15 feet away, so they would be right on the edge, so they wouldn't have to hurt anything. So yeah, you just immediately, almost instinctively, kind of like stamp your foot on the ground, and poof, thunder wave explodes out from you. The goo pushes, kind of relieving the ground for just a second before it immediately starts to fill right back in where everything was pushed away.
Cool. That's awful. How much would I have time to bonus action?
For sure. You have your full turn.
Hang on.
I believe.
Sorry, I'm just trying to.
You're good, girl.
Okay, so you said that there are these statues, but we're like 15.
Yeah, you're in the center, and you're 15 feet away from each
them.
statue. Yeah.
Each statue. Is there anything like around any pillars or anything, or
nope.
Any structures?
Literally like a stone half sphere room with these 3 statues in the middle of it.
Okay. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
And then Tack Zaber can tell me if it's allowed. Okay, let me find.
You only have a bonus action right now.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty cool now. I don't know if
you
you've
are.
heard.
You are cool.
But I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find the stat of this bad boy. Okay. So I did the thunder wave thing.
Yes.
The shit cleared out from my feet. And instantaneously, if I can, I want to use my bonus action to wild shape into a giant wolf spider. Which I
Yeah,
think I can do. 'Cause
easily enough. You've done it
Do I
before.
have 1-4? Well, okay. The thing is, though, I did it before when I had the special Kelpie power.
Yeah, but then you leveled up and got another level in Druid.
Yeah, but I had a challenge rating difference. Like you gave me a challenge rating of 1, and now as a second level druid, it's only a 4th.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah,
So,
no, yeah.
but giant wolf spider is a 1/4 challenge.
Oh, great.
level.
Well then, yeah, able to do
So
it.
I want to boom thunder
Yeah,
transfer
immediately.
up to
Yeah.
the dome.
You go up to the top of the ceiling. Cool.
Yeah, and I am now a giant wolf spider.
Okay, great. After this first round has passed, those of you who are still on the ground, Laszlo, the goo is up to probably your waist. Avra, it's about up to your knees now. Laszlo, it's your turn.
So there's a big spider now behind us.
There's a big spider on the ceiling. Yes.
I turn to Avra. There's 3 of these pillars. Maybe these pillars represent each one of us. And I take out my gun and I shoot the one where like the halfling is making the pot.
You take out your gun and just kind of like spin it, shoot it off at the statue with the halfling making the pot. The bullet just kind of like, it doesn't even, almost as if an invisible shield is blocking it. It just bounces off the statue. Doesn't even dent the statue.
All right. I don't have any bonus actions. I'm just kind of panicking.
Okay, Avra, your turn.
Alright. Hera's gonna try to fight with her brain and not her muscles. Alright. So I'm gonna turn in whatever direction I can turn that is not toward either of my party members.
Basically, that would be either of the other statues.
Okay. And cast Gust of Wind.
Okay. You cast Gust of Wind. It pushes the goo in front of you away by about like half a foot, but it's very strong, viscous goo coming at you, and with the amount that's pouring into the room, your spell is not going to be able to hold it at bay long.
Thought maybe it was like a fire, water, earth, air kind of situation. So tried. That's all.
All right, Ray, what do you do?
So the last statue you described was like a kid with like, what's he doing?
There's a fire arrow guy,
Yeah.
water hand holding lady, and boy making earth clay pot.
That's a smart thing, Abra.
Didn't work though.
I can't say that because I'm a spider, but I kind of want to just crawl up the dome thing and then like web down onto one of the statues and just like try to break it.
Okay. You web down onto the statue. You're able to land on the statue, but you notice that your legs aren't touching the statue. They're touching right above the statue. And every time you try to like hit the statue, you're stopping like a couple inches in front of it.
That's frustrating.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You have a bonus
Okay.
action if you want, if you can.
Is it gonna take my weight?
Yeah, it
Like
takes your weight.
the statue, like even though I wouldn't be touching the statue part of it, like
Yeah,
would I be able to
it's
stand on it?
Yeah. It's basically like you're glitching in a video game. That's what
Okay,
it looks
well
like.
I am gonna try it then for now, and just so I'm away from this goo, and I'm just gonna use my bonus action to unwild shape.
Okay, so yeah, you just become Ray on top of the water statue.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I wave to Avra.
All right, so after that round, Laszlo, the goo is up to about your chest, meaning you can move about 10 feet at a time. Avra, the goo is to your waist, and Ray, you're on top of the statue. Laszlo, you're up, buddy.
Oh no, I don't know what to do. Okay. I've tried to blow it up and shoot them, and that doesn't seem to be working. So instead, I'm gonna think with my brain and not with my brawn.
Worked really well for me.
Yeah. And I can only move 10 feet. I'm gonna try to move as close as possible to the one with the kid with the pot.
Okay. You can get within 5 feet of him.
Okay, and I'm gonna pull out a pot that I have for like the closest thing I have.
Yeah.
And say, accept me.
Unfortunately, the pot becomes filled with goo almost immediately, and it's kind of like falling from your hands. You're like, accept me! And nothing happens. The goo is still just falling and surrounding you.
All right, I take a deep breath, ready to hold my breath out of the goo.
All right, Abra, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna try to touch the goo and cast reduce.
It does not work.
Fuck me.
The goo.
Well, that's my turn.
The goo is not the answer. Stop trying to mess with the goo. I will tell you that as the DM.
Oh.
Ray, you're up. Nope, you spent your turn. Ray, you're up.
Can I perceive anything from like the hatches where the goo is coming from that looks like it might shut or open?
What you just see are just 2 holes in the roof. You do know that stone slid away from it, but you don't see like you don't. It could be on the inside, on the top, but it's definitely not on the outside. So you would have to like go. You would have to fight the current of a torrent of goo to like try to pull back the stone slab, which does not seem very doable.
Oh, I just want to like buy us time to investigate further, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to cast. Is there any foliage in the room? Can I see any like above like where the?
The only foliage that you see are the flowers or vines on the clay pot guy.
But that's not real.
But those aren't real. No.
Motherfucker. And you said don't touch the goo. Fucking hell. It's not a raven.
This is make an intelligence check, Ray.
Me?
Yes, because you're standing on top. Yeah. You're standing on top of the statue. I want to see if you notice something.
I don't mean to pause this game really quickly, but I was singing that just now, and my computer just goes, set up professional audio and audio settings.
That's funny.
So it does think I'm a singer. General intelligence check. 10.
10's good enough. You notice that you are not touching the statue, and every time you've tried to hit the statues, it hasn't worked. There has been one thing that has actually hit the statues, and that is when Laszlo used fire on the fire statue.
I'm gonna cast Earth
but
Tremor on
nothing happened. But it did hit it.
Mm-hmm.
It hit it from far away.
It touched the statue. The element fire touched the statue, but it didn't do anything.
Happened.
But it didn't do anything. But it did touch it, and it's the only thing that has touched it.
I'm not on the Earth statue.
You're on the water statue.
Oh, I thought it was in the clay pot boy.
I just said water, and you said yes, but you could have. But that could have been. But you could have been on either. You could have been on either one. So if you want to be on the Earth one.
What's the water one? Is it cute?
It's just a woman holding her hands with water.
I want to be on that one.
Okay.
Okay,
Do you have
so
any water spells though?
Well, if the fire one didn't hit the fire statue, then I'm gonna be on the water one, and I'm gonna cast Earth Tremor on it.
The statue shakes, and the spell affects it, but nothing happens. You're guessing the right thing. You're just not getting the right combination.
Okay, for my bonus action, I'm gonna say someone cast a fire spell on the water, and then a earth one on the.
Okay, yeah. Laszlo, as the goo is coming up above your snout, you have one final action.
I'm like on my tippy toes. Okay. I pull out of my backpack Wait, well, you're standing on the water statue.
Yeah, I'm
All right,
like,
I'm not gonna do this then. I am going to. I'm going to use my gun, which is the firebolt cantrip,
Mhm.
and shoot the water statue.
You shoot the bullet with the red beam. It hits the water statue. The statue immediately becomes a pillar of steam and disappears. And Ray lands on the ground.
and I'm in the goo.
And you're in the goo.
God fucking damn it, Lazo.
Oh,
But it
sorry.
became steam, and the
Fire,
statue
water.
is disappeared now. So Laszlo, that was your last moment. The goo is now above you. You are now currently suffocating. Avra, it is your turn.
Well, you know, it would have been nice if I hadn't changed all my spells.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that chromatic orb would have been really nice to have prepared, wouldn't it
Yeah,
have?
sure would have. I was like, this is the spell I use every time. I can't keep this one.
It's almost like your
Um,
DM made a thing just specifically for you.
Start ritual casting
Almost.
something and wait 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to cast ice knife at the. Wait, is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, ice knife at the fire one and do cold damage.
You throw ice knife at the fire statue. The knife explodes. It does hit the statue, but nothing happens.
Fuck.
You also. Oh gosh, never mind.
No helps. No helps. So that's the end of your turn, unless you got a bonus action.
I
Nope.
don't know. I
Okay.
don't have any bonus. No.
All right, Ray, you're up. She's so mad.
This is excruciating for me. outside.
You got this. There's just one combination that hasn't been tried.
And I'm trying to remember. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you would notice. You would know. The only thing that hasn't been tried is earth on fire.
And I'm still like, where's my goo level?
Your chest.
Okay, I'll do what I hope works, and do earth tremor on the fire arrow.
Easily enough, the statue starts to shake and bursts into flame that is then covered in clay, and smoke appears where the statue was, and it disappears and falls to the ground. And the last remaining statue is the little boy making clay. Do you have
And
a
that has to,
Do you have a bonus action?
yeah, it's to yell fuck.
Okay. All right, Abra, the goo is covering you. You have one last action left.
I mean, okay. So obviously, I'm attacking Clay Boy.
Mm-hmm.
How is yet to be determined.
Well, Earth got rid of fire. Fire
Yeah.
got rid of water.
Yeah, and it would be really helpful if I had anything that. Can I
Cool.
do ice knife and do cold damage?
Yes, because
Okay,
you notice
then
that ice knife. You notice that ice knife hit the statue.
Okay, so then I'll do that.
You throw ice knife at the statue. The clay pot the statue freezes as an ice cube, shatters, disappears, and we snap out of existence, darkness enveloping all of you. And that is where we are going to take a bio break at the collective end of
We
our
almost
second
didn't
test.
make it.
However,
Good answer.
spoiler
Good
alert,
answer. Good answer.
you have passed the second test, both groups, by the skin of your teeth. So we will find out what the third test and final test is after this little bio break. So get some fluids, get some hydration, get some stretching, and yeah, we'll see you here in a bit. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye.
Hello and welcome back to Charmed Persons. We are here now. We are back. We are ready to show you very dangerous things.
That we
let
are
me-
very good at. We are so good at them.
Yes, I need to adjust something very quickly.
We work better
Um,
as a whole group, you know.
Yeah, we really play to each other's strengths.
Why is that so funny?
It's clear in the riddle trial where all of us, like, I think maybe Stairs was the only one that nobody would have gotten. I didn't see anybody like trying to like just like.
Yeah, they were definitely. It
psychically.
was definitely. Oh wait, I need to change. Oops.
I knew all of my riddles. I was just role playing as Laszlo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's
same.
what
I was
that's
like,
what
"Oh."
I thought. Yeah.
Ray's intelligence is middling at best.
Even
but
though Laszlo's
wisdom is
intelligence
great.
is very high. Laszlo's intelligence is 20, but
Oh
wisdom
my
is
god!
not. So
Yeah, wisdom and they're both required. They're definitely both required. Okay, so last we left off, darkness had surrounded you at the end of your second tests, but now here we are as music begins to erupt in your ears, and you hear cheering and screams as all of a sudden you appear, as I will take you here, in the middle of a giant stone arena.
Oh,
Where that is covered in torch sconces that light up the area. In the middle of the arena is just a large pit that seems to go endlessly down below. There is a 5 foot by 5 foot stone pillar to the right, and one to the left that is halfway crumbled. Floating in the air above, the crowd surrounding all of you is people that you've never really seen before, just kind of faceless patrons. But floating in the air above you is Tack Zaber with his long robes. Hey guys, welcome. Way to go. You passed your first 2 tests. Give them a round of applause, everybody. Yeah. And everybody screams for you. For those who
my
weren't
team on
here,
the
yeah, for those who weren't here, any spells you have used, any hit points that you have lost are all regained. It is as if you had a
Ooh.
long rest. And Tax Saber kind of gestures out into everybody. So, well, that means we're here at the third and final test. We're going to see if these people are capable of fighting their inner demons. Okay, so
fuck?
here we
What?
go, and
Therapy?
let the third test, begin, I guess. And with a snap of his fingers, Tag Zaber flies to the edge of the arena, sitting on this big golden throne. And across from you, you see 6 kind of like lightning pillars up here, and then out on the other side of the arena appear 6 individuals. Well, 5 humanoid individuals and 1 giant wyvern-looking creature. As you see a woman with blood bright red hair falling back behind her, flowing over her red robes. You see a man with a tall cap with a wide brim, with an eye patch across his face and a black cloak flowing behind him. On his shoulder, you see a red imp, just kind of looking and staring at everybody. To his left, you see a large man with a bright red beard, bald head, the scars of 2 like thick jagged dagger scars creating a V in his forehead, holding 2 great swords in either hand. Next to him, you see a deep red kobold, one of his horns cracked and missing, one of his eyes just completely fleshed over after being stabbed out. You see on his hips, he's spinning 2 black guns in his fingers. Next to him, you see a woman with completely black leather armor and long brown hair that's been tied up into kind of like a messy bun. She has this obsidian black bow, and she stands and pets the gray, dark-scaled wyvern that is sitting next to her, as all of you see the evil versions of what could be from your counterparts. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Woo!
I don't have access to my token.
Yeah, same.
That is
I do have
because
access-
they are mine.
Yes,
Those are
sir.
my tokens.
Except Atticus.
We have to put ourselves
We
on
all
the
have
other side.
Atticus.
How dare you?
So I'm going to
Everybody
add.
got it.
I'm going to give each of you or each of them a thing, a little red marker to show that they're the evil ones.
Of course.
Oh, I legitimately rolled the same initiative.
I did not.
Ray just is resisting, which is true because this is therapy.
All right, so give me just a second, as it's going to take me a hot second to roll these initiatives.
I accidentally dragged Pharaoh's token onto the board.
He's not the one, buddy.
He shows up and then
Laszlo!
Jesus, Laszlo!
You can't resize it.
You can?
No.
Okay, I will.
Guess that's just Laszlo.
Can you touch him now?
Yeah, he's
Okay, cool.
Good.
Can you touch him?
Should we line up exactly as our counterparts are?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Is that what's in the middle there? Is that just a pit?
It is just a pit.
Just a pit.
I fell in the pit. We all fell in the pit.
Just finished a rewatch of Parks and Rec.
Ugh, God bless.
nice. Great
So
job.
good, man.
So good. Shout out to all the Leslie Nopes out there, making the world a
Nope.
better place. Nope, we can't not nope.
Nope, we can't not nope.
Never stop, never stop.
What's the song that comes on when they like walk down the red carpet, but then it ends and they have to like skate on the ice?
Oh.
Get
Um,
on your feet.
your feet.
Lil-
It like came on some radio thing while I was driving, and I was like, ah!
Hilarious. I love that scene.
Since he's got an imp, I'm gonna roll for Elliot also.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's only fair. Do
It's
I have my
only
familiar?
fair. Yeah.
You don't have a familiar.
Dang it. What about Willem? Willem's my familiar.
William is not your
Just
familiar.
say-
Don't treat him that way.
It's time you guys meet my familiar, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Come on, get out here.
Get out of here. Stop being shy.
Your familiar is just another kobold.
You just stand on his shoulders, pretending you're dragonborn. That's actually I'd
Trench
roll
coat.
that
Trench
character.
coat, yeah.
Honestly.
2 kobolds in a trench coat.
Yeah.
1 ticket to an R-rated movie, please.
We will have one
Yo,
booze.
these guys rolled good initiative.
Perfect.
Great.
'Cause I rolled terrible.
Okay,
Can
Atticus,
we
what'd you
just
get?
have double whatever they
I rolled a 6.
Okay,
Oh, God.
Rev.
2 plus 4.
19.
Ray.
5.
Laszlo.
8.
Avra.
Perfect.
21.
Yes, thank God.
Avra is the only one who beat her evil counterpart.
Mm,
And that
fun.
I think speaks volumes.
All right, at the top of the turn order, we've got Evil Ray. Evil Ray.
Destiny.
Well, let's see. What is she gonna do first?
Uh-oh. Mega Ninja.
She is going to send her Tiny. What's the flying speed on Tiny? I forgot.
60 right now, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Big.
Oh my god.
Gargantuan. His
That
name
was
is Teeny.
so dumb.
I liked it.
I had to say it.
That's good.
It had to happen.
Laszlo starts flying.
Oh, shit.
Um,
Laszlo starts flying.
or Tiny starts, or Big starts flying.
Ah,
Big starts
You're
flying.
not surprising me, Laszlo.
Ray has jumped on top of Big, and she's gonna release 2 arrow shots at Good Ray.
I want my name to be Ear. My negative name.
Ear.
It's,
Yep.
it's just our
Took
names
me a while.
backwards. Some of them will be very easy. Some of them will be very
Olzow.
Mine's
Evil
suck
Ray.
it up.
Evil Ray has a +2 longbow, giving her a 17 on the first attack,
Hits.
and then a
That's great.
natural 1.
Oh, good.
So she'll miss that second one, but it does. Okay. The longbow does 9 points of piercing damage to you, Ray, as it hits into your shoulder, and Evil Ray kind of smirks and smiles as she points at you, casting Hunter's Mark on you at the end of her
damn
turn.
it.
It is now Evil Rev's turn.
Ooh.
Evil Rev is going to. Okay, chill. Why are you guys always so loud? Okay, he is going to move. He's going to move forward 30 feet and then Misty Step. Bonus action to get behind this pillar.
Mhm.
And then he is going to take out his crossbow and aim it at Good Rev. And he is going to get a 9 to hit. So he misses. Arrow goes flying. That is the end of Evil Rev's turn. It is
I
now
like your hat.
It is now Abra's turn.
Okay. I am going to hop up here. Oh. Come here, little Avery. I'm gonna go to like right here.
Okay.
And hold on, let me measure this. Yeah, I'm gonna toss a Ray of Sickness at Arva.
Okay.
Arva.
Arva. Nice.
Let's make this a 3rd level. Cause why not? She needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh no, I have to make a ranged spell attack. JK.
Okay.
It's a 14 to hit.
Sorry, hits. I put up my thumb.
Okay, cool. So that is 16 points of damage.
All right.
And then what else does it do? And if she has to make a Constitution save, and if she fails it, she's poisoned until the end of her next turn.
Okay, she got a 16 on the Constitution save.
Fails.
Okay. So she's poisoned?
She is poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Bye, bitch.
So you step forward, seeing the red-haired Arva in front of you, and you point out your finger. A beam of sickly green energy exits your finger and plants itself into the chest of your evil counterpart, spreads across, and she kind of grabs her chest in pain. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is Atticus. Then it'll be Evil Laszlo, then Rev.
With a 4 or with a 6? Jeez.
Oh, wait.
Evil Atticus.
Oh,
Evil Atticus or regular Atticus?
My bad, Evil Atticus.
Okay.
Oh,
Like,
so
I got
just
a
every
6.
evil go.
Oh, wait, no. That's where you were from the previous one.
Oh.
Evil Atticus is still further down. Evil Laszlo is next.
I have no idea what Laszlo can do.
Don't embarrass me,
No idea.
Laszlo.
Yeah, I love we were just like, yeah, you can be whatever.
You're about to
Part of
find
our
out. he's going to step forward, and what is the range on this?
How nervous should we be, Matt?
Matt
No,
knows.
honestly, it's fine.
Is it? Okay,
Don't
yeah.
show me up, Laszlo. Ozzle off.
He's going to step over here.
Also off.
He then takes out this little metal device. Has a red gem on it. Presses the red gem. Yeah, kind of throws it. I need Atticus, Laszlo, Ray, Tiny, and Rev to make dexterity saving throws, please. As he throws a fireball
Plus
at
4
you.
to the people within 10 feet of me, and you also have resistance to spell damage if you're in 10 feet of me.
So Laszlo and
Nice.
Ray, you get a +4. Tiny and Rev
Okay.
do not.
And you also have resistance.
And what throw is it?
Dexterity.
I got a 20.
16 for me.
Ray got a 26. Tiny got a 13.
And then Rev?
25.
25. Okay, well, his DC is 17. So above a 17, you succeed. Below 17, you fail. He rolls a total of 30 points. So 30 points of fire damage if you failed, 15 points of fire damage if you succeeded. Minus how much, Rev? Or Atticus?
You get resistance if you're within 10 feet.
Oh, you get
of
resistance.
Spell
Oh,
damage.
So Laszlo and Ray and Atticus, because I think, well, Laszlo, what did you get?
20 total. So
20. So yeah, all of you succeeded. So it's 15, but then it's further. It's
I failed. I got a 16, so I took 15.
Okay, so but Laszlo and Ray take 7 points of fire damage.
Okay. Taking 15,
But still
I
just-
also want to use my reaction
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Is that a saving throw?
Little bastard. It is. Dexterity saving throw.
Okay,
Give him a taste of his own medicine.
I'm sure he fails. 10.
Yes. All right. Gonna
I have a
take
question also.
4d10.
Yes, ma'am.
When you're done.
Yeah, let's
that
yeah,
is-
let's wait just a second.
That is. Come on, fuzzy dice. Stop rolling. 33 points of fire damage.
Ooh! Excuse me?
Hellish Rebuke? Wow.
Because
Damn.
I'm also because it like warlocks you auto cast it at whatever the highest
Yeah.
level that you can is. So it's 4d10 of damage.
Nicely done. The fire explodes, and you take the flames that burn your own skin and form them back into your hands, shooting them back at Laszlo as the evil Laszlo, as the flames slam into him. And yeah, I mean, he takes the full brunt of that damage. Not looking good already. That was a big hit to him. Hey, chill on the music, guys. Every song is so loud. Okay, and awesome. Okay, so that is the end of Evil Laszlo's turn. Ray, what was your question?
Can I also do a reaction? / if I did do a reaction to my fire damage, does Tiny count as a weapon that I have?
It depends. What is the reaction you're talking about?
I want to do reaction absorb elements to my fire, which doesn't take anything away from my from like my damage, but I now can use it towards like a strike. So like I would have like I would imbue a weapon with fire.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Essentially, so on my next hit, whatever I use, I can also add for fire damage.
Okay, cool. Tiny would not count.
Okay. I'm still gonna do it then.
Okay, yeah.
So first
So
I'll
yeah,
go.
the flames burn up, but you use the pain of the flames and kind of harness the energy, just as you saw Rev do earlier. Rev, you are up. Then
Amazing.
Evil Avra, Evil Atticus, and then Laszlo.
All right. I'm going to. Bonus action dash behind the pillar.
Okay.
Going to use Mask of Many Faces to make myself look like evil Rev.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep moving back in this direction. Here.
Okay.
That's my movement, action, and bonus action, and I look like evil Rev.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you passed within his melee range, did you?
Maybe on a technicality.
Yeah, no, I don't think you did. Especially because he's probably looking over to his left where the main group is. So you probably just slip right past him. Okay. And that is the end of your turn. We've now got Evil Abra. So, Evil Abra. 9th level wizard.
I'm stop.
She casts Wish. Man. Okay. No, that's not. Sorry, pardon me. We're going to do. Okay, so she's going to walk up and she's going to look at her good counterpart. And she's going to look at you, Avra, and she's going to say, "Come on, you know you don't really care for these guys. Give in. Feel the real power that you're capable of. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw."
There's going to be some awkward conversations. When we come back.
Oh, and then you have advantage on the saving throw.
$16.
16 does not beat her spell DC.
I am going to use my reaction. As long as she's within 30 feet of me, I'm going to use Flash of Genius.
Okay.
Which means someone within 30 feet of you makes an ability check or saving throw. Use your reaction to add your intelligence modifier to their roll. So I'm adding 5 to their roll.
And with that, you succeed, and the Dominate Person 5th level spell fails.
Hell yeah.
And
Okay.
basically Laszlo's just kind of looking at you as she kind of says that to you, and he says, "Avra!" And you look over, and Laszlo just goes, and it's enough for you to be like, "No, I'm with these guys. I'm with these guys." And that is the end of Evil Avra's turn. So Evil Atticus is up. What does Evil Atticus do?
Jumps in the pit.
That's what I would do.
He is going to run up to there with his action to dash. and he is going to cast a bonus action spell on one of his great swords, and then look over at you, Atticus, and he's gonna say, "Let's see what you've got." And that'll be the end of his turn.
Would I know what spell it was or no?
Good. Yeah, you would. I mean, he's you. He casts Blinding Smite on his weapon. So it is
Sure.
the end of his turn. Laszlo, you are up. Atticus, you're on deck. Ray, you're in the hole.
All right. I am going to use my movement to kind of come over here.
Okay.
And I use my action and I reach into my bag and I pull out like a bunch of like, it looks like folded pieces of metal. And I put it on the ground and there's a little pedal and I start pressing on the pedal and it like inflates like a balloon into a full cannon.
Are you a freaking Looney Tune?
Laszlo's last name is Acme.
It's not like not that big. It's only like, I don't know, 3 feet tall, but it looks like a dragon. It's got like scales and little teeth.
It's really
around
cool
the
looking.
barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But it also kind of wobbles like an inflatable always does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I can use my bonus action to fire it, and it's a force ballista, so it's an attack roll. And I'm going to attack Evil Atticus.
Ooh, okay.
17 to hit.
17 does not hit.
All right. I'm just sitting here with my cannon. Oh crap!
You fire the cannon, and he's just walking forward, and then just without moving, parries it with his shield, and then just keeps walking forward.
Oh my gosh! Everyone on the battlefield's so cool, except for you, Arzlov.
All right, Atticus, you're up.
Man, what do I want to do? Yeah, let's give. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna go toe to toe with myself.
All right.
I'll go right.
Oh.
Yeah. Right next to him. And then
Yeah.
I will do something.
Just suplex him into the pit.
Bye, guys.
They said we
yeah.
couldn't die.
Let's test it out. I'm just gonna walk up to him. Just be like, "You're pretty terrifying. Let's dance." And I will. Just gonna strike it. I'm gonna cast a spell first. That's good. It doesn't hit. 14. If I know Atticus, like I know Atticus.
No,
Doesn't
14
hit.
does not hit.
13 actually. Second action. Shit, dice fall out of the dice tray. Now it's 15 to hit.
Yep, he parries both of them, one with his shield, one with his greatsword.
That didn't go how I wanted it to go. And then I will do that. Nope. Is that a bonus action or an action? That's an action. Yeah, I will. That'll be it.
Okay. He looks at you after that happens and just kind of like scoffs. And that's the end of your turn. Ray, you are up.
So I am faux show hopping on Tiny.
Yeah.
And gonna fly towards bad boy me.
Ooh. I'm loving these face-offs.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
so I'll get right up. What I want to do is
It's very
because I
Aragon and
know-
Murtaugh. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Yeah. It's a compliment.
And I did reread the absorb elements, and it does say it lessens the effect. So I already got half damage. Would I get half of that half damage?
Yes, so you had 15, and then Atticus brought it to 7, and then that would bring it
Yeah.
to 4. No, 3.
So I'm gonna add 4
Yeah.
healing real quick.
So it just
Cool.
kind of like tinged you a little bit, but you're good.
Yeah, and I just like.
And how many times can you do that a day? Just curious.
Absorb elements.
Yeah.
It's a
as many
spell.
spell slots as I have.
Oh, it's a spell slot. Gotcha.
yeah,
gotcha.
it's a reaction spell.
Cool. That's a
so
good
I'm-
spell.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take that and I'm going to try something new that Ray
Yeah.
doesn't usually do it. And instead of going right for
Smart.
the longbow, I'm going to still use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm gonna fly towards the wing of Negatiny.
Yeah. Big.
And slash with my hand axe at his wing to try
Okay.
to like either get the bone part or rip through.
Totally.
And that is going to be a 21 to hit.
21, as you know, definitely does hit. You
Yeah.
go ahead and roll. Do you want to attack him? Do you want both of your attacks to be on him, or do you want to see what happens with this one and then?
I want to see what happens with
Okay,
this
so
one
roll.
because then
Yeah. Because go ahead and roll damage.
that's gonna be 4 points of slashing damage, but with that absorb elements, also an additional. So 4 slashing damage, 4 fire damage.
With a total of
back
8
into
points of
him.
damage.
So 8 points of damage.
I don't have Tiny's stats. How many hit points does he have total?
40.
40. Okay, so you carve into his left wing. You lower his flying speed to 40 effectively by doing this.
Mhm.
But he's still definitely in the air, but he shrieks in pain.
Gotcha.
And yeah, you have another attack if you want to do it, or
Yeah, so then I want to. Okay, I probably have asked this question before, but for the 2 attacks per action, is that with any weapon or is it just the same weapon?
It's the same. So it's 2
Okay, cool.
arrows or 2 hand axes.
Cool. So then I'm gonna try to like go underneath and try to slash the belly.
Totally, yeah.
Does not hit. That's a 9.
Yeah, he the pain from his wing is actually what kind of saves him as he barrel rolls to the right slightly, dodging your hand axe as you slide by. But you do have Hunter's Mark cast, and you feel that like pull on your brain in the direction that she is.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's my turn.
All right, it is Evil Ray's turn, and Big's turn. Big is going to I'm just gonna I forgot about Big, and I'm just gonna kind of need you to roll the stats for me if you don't mind. He is going to take a bite attack at Tiny's tail.
Okay. So that is just d20 plus 7.
Plus 7. Okay, I'll roll that. Thank you. D20 plus 7. At Tiny's tail, he gets an 11. I'm assuming that misses.
Does not hit, yeah.
He snips at Tiny's tail but misses. But then Ray takes her longbow and is just going to quickly fire 2 more arrows at you. Actually, no, what she's going to do is... excuse me. Yeah, she's going to do this. Sorry, pardon me.
My nerves are on end.
Okay, so the one thing that you notice about this Ray when you get close to her is that this is a Ray if you embrace the evil side of you, the dark side of you. So this Ray has no druid within her. She is a full ranger, giving her access to 3rd level ranger spells as she casts Conjure Barrage at you. And you need to make, and Tiny needs to make a dexterity saving throw. As well as, yeah, just the 2 of you.
Yikes. So I got a 14 and Tiny got a 16.
Tiny actually succeeds, but you fail. And that does a total of... Okay. You take a total of 16 points of piercing damage, and Tiny takes a total of 8 as she takes out one of her arrows and releases it, and as it shoots towards you, it splits into multiple arrows, multiple splinters of wood, and just barrages you, as the spell says, with all of these new conjured weapons. So yeah, you take a total of 16. Tiny takes a total of 8 points of piercing damage. She is going to continue to fly to here on Tiny and just starts to like kind of bank back around. She's about 10 feet above the ground. That is the end of her turn. It is now Evil Rev's turn. Avra, you will be on deck. Evil Rev is going to step out from behind this pillar to find Good Rev, but he's not there. So he is going to he's just going to release 2 Eldritch Blasts at Avra. So that is a 23 to hit and a 9 to hit, which I'm assuming this is. So you take a total of 10 points of force damage, Avra, as the first blast slams into your chest. You see the second one coming and you dodge out of the way, and it kind of billows your hair as it flies by. And Evil Rev just peers right back behind this pillar. That'll be the end of Evil Rev's turn. Avra, you're up. Then Evil Laszlo, then Good Rev.
This Tiny here by Evil Rev is actually Good Tiny, right? Are these two accidentally switched?
Oh yeah, I accidentally switched them. Yep.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Yep, my bad. I
just
switched
wanna make
both of
sure.
them. Yeah.
Where's me?
So
I'll
right.
put us next to each other.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so here's what I would like to do. I'm gonna go right here and
Okay.
cast Cone of Cold, which is a 60-foot cone.
Okay.
Am I gonna hit Tiny and Ray?
It depends where you aiming at.
I want to do like this, and it's 60 feet, so it'll go.
Yeah, it's a cone, so you would definitely hit Good
Well, they're up
Ray.
in the air. Does that count for anything?
But it's a cone, so it's 60 foot high too.
That's true. That's true.
If you don't want to hit any of your teammates, your best bet would be to go after Evil Ray and Big.
Yeah, maybe I will do that because I can hit both of them. So yeah, I'm gonna cast Cone of Cold that way.
Okay. What is the saving throw on that?
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Natural 1 and natural 4.
Okay.
Oof.
It takes 8d8 cold damage.
Oh boy.
Shit.
That is gonna
Okay,
be
wizard.
31 points of cold damage.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
My
immediately.
only 5th level spell. So
Immediately, Big falls to the ground, unconscious, slams on the ground.
if he goes unconscious with this spell, it becomes a frozen
frozen
statue.
solid.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he shatters on the ground. Big shatters into hundreds of pieces as Evil Ray slams into the ground and rolls. How many damage was it? How much damage was it total?
31.
31. So she rolls and hits the ground, and you just hear her, "No!" as she gets super upset. But she is still alive. But Big
That was
is
really
gone.
hard to watch.
All right, so that is the end of Avra's turn. It is now Evil Laszlo's turn, who is going to look over at Good Laszlo. Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da. Yeah, and he's going to take out a very similar looking round metal tube as he walks forward and is going to release Scorching Ray at you, Laszlo. And that is. Okay, so roll for each of them. The first one is a 12.
Misses.
Second one is a 15.
Misses.
Last one is a 23.
Hits.
So well done. He only does. He does 6 points of fire damage to you, as you're able to kind of like dodge behind one, dodge behind the other, but then the last one kind of explodes right in front of you, and just explodes flame right there, and you get burned a little bit, but not too bad. And he kind of looks mad as he puts the metal tube back down on the ground. You're not as smart as me, he says.
I bet you the evil group hasn't even accepted you into their group yet.
I've been there since the beginning. He's very mad.
What?
And the rest of the group, the rest of the evil group, kind of like looks over, like. That's the end of. That is the end of evil Laszlo's turn. It is now Rev's turn. Then evil Avra, evil Atticus, and then Laszlo. So Rev, what you do up to?
Rev moves behind evil Avra.
Okay, yeah.
And begins as he moves over, channeling a spell called Spirit Shroud.
Ooh, okay.
So, spirits of the dead flit around me for the spell's duration. In this case, because he's in the balance of like trying to figure out which path he's walking.
Yeah.
And so in this case, spirit of his father flitting around him. But he pulls out his rapier and attacks Avra, trying to stab her.
Yeah, go ahead.
While that spell's going. That is a 17 to hit.
It's
Yeah. And that's gonna
roll
do an additional. Oh, sure.
Roll a stealth check for me. Roll a stealth check
Yep.
for me.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be a 31.
Yeah, for sure. Let's give you sneak attack on this.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
So that the rapier itself does 9 points of damage, but it also does an additional D8 from the Spirit Shroud,
Okay.
and then whatever my stealth attack
Yeah.
is. Sneak attack, yeah. It like so rarely comes up.
I know.
Yeah. So yeah, that is another 2d6 of damage. Yeah. So that is additional 8 points of slashing damage, 4 points of radiant damage. And Evil Avra cannot gain back health points until the start of my next turn. And
what is the what is the grand total?
Okay, so the grand total was
8 from the piercing.
Yeah.
Plus 8 from the Spirit Shroud, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, 8 piercing.
So that's
and then it was 7. I think 7 points of slashing. So total, it's 13 points of slashing damage, 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay, for a total of 17.
For a total of 17. Yeah.
Great.
And then
she can't heal.
Spirit Shroud, her speed is reduced by 10, and
okay.
she cannot regain health back until the start of my next turn.
Yeah, you just appear right behind her and just stab the rapier right within sight of her, kind of imbued from the power of the spirits within you. She gasps for air as the blade pulls out from her back of her spine. She had already been hit good with that ray of sickness. She is looking really rough. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, it is now apropos. It is her turn. She is going to use a bonus action to Misty Step to real evil Rev over here. Kind of looks back at you. She's like holding her side. She looks mad at you. She wants to do something, but she Misty steps away, and then is just going to use a cantrip. So that's what she can do. She's going to shoot a ray of frost at you, Ray, on the back of Tiny. And gets a 9 to hit. So the ray just kind of goes right above you as you're able to dodge out of the way. She looks to evil Rev, kind of expectantly, expecting him to heal her. And that is the end. That is the end of Evil Ava's turn. Evil Atticus. He looks at you, Atticus, with that V carved in his head, and he says, "You're a disgrace to our father." And he takes out his blade and slices twice at you. First one is a 23 to hit.
Hit.
And the second, well, actually, let's see. Let's do this first. So with that blinding smite, I need you to make a. It's pulling up. I think it's wisdom. No, maybe no Constitution probably.
Constitution, I think it was.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 2 plus, so 6.
That is a failure. Okay, so that
Still
is
get half
good.
damage.
Why?
It's a spell, because it's a spell.
Oh,
Half
gosh.
damage from the blinding smite.
Jesus, that's crazy. Okay, so well then let me do that first. So that'll be. So that was 12, so 6 points of radiant damage. You then get 9 points of slashing damage for a total of 13 points of damage.
Okay.
And you are now blind. But you can make another Constitution saving throw at the end of each of your turns. But for right now, the vision darkens and fades away from you as you are blind. He will now take his second attack on you. And gets a 17. No,
Does not hit.
that misses. I don't think he has advantage against you because you're blind. So
I think I think I have disadvantage against him.
yeah. So yeah, he goes and you can kind of like Daredevil hear the blade coming, and you put up your blade in a parry last second. But that is the end of his turn as the two of you are kind of there dueling it out.
No, attack rolls against a creature have advantage.
Oh, okay. Thank you for looking that up. So that is still a 17. That was the best he had. So Laszlo, you are up, and then Atticus and Ray. Laszlo.
All right, Laszlo, don't screw this up. I have, since I have made my cannon, I can use my bonus action to fire it again.
Okay.
I, as a kobold, have pack tactics.
Oh yeah, you
It
do.
is advantage on attack roll against a creature if it's at least one of your allies within 5 feet.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'm going to use my cannon with advantage on evil Atticus.
Do it.
since normal
Nice.
There. Use my force ballista. 26 to hit.
That hits.
Takes 13 force damage and gets knocked 5 feet back away from where I'm standing.
Oh shit. Okay, so okay.
Into the pit.
Roll. Okay, roll. Roll a d20 in roll 20.
Okay.
Have you used your inspiration?
I still have inspiration.
Okay.
Okay, you
I've got it. I'd be like, throw him into the pit.
I was gonna say I was gonna give it to you if you didn't.
roll a d20. You're looking for the numbers 1 through 7.
Right.
Mm.
1 through 7. I like those odds.
Okay.
4.
And with that, evil Atticus flies into the pit. Fuck you! And falls to the pit. And he's dead. Evil Atticus is dead. Or at least out of the
At the
battle.
beginning.
I mean, he
Can
falls.
probably not die, but he ain't getting back up. Unless, he just, I don't know.
At the end of his at the end of the
Stabbing
battle,
his
he
way
climbs
back
up and he's
up.
like, "What?"
Wow.
Climbs back down.
I honestly was
Alright.
really relying on Evil Atticus to do a lot of damage to you
Yeah, I
guys.
can tell. Every
Alright.
time his turn came around, you got real excited.
That was my bonus action.
Yeah.
And then
Oh my
as
god.
my action,
Wow.
I am going to look over at Evil Laszlo, who I assume is wearing metal armor. 'Cause I'm wearing metal armor.
Yeah, if you are, he is.
All right, I'm going to use my action to cast heat metal.
Of course. Yeah. So
I,
what
like,
you do
throw,
what,
like a firecracker.
yeah,
in
no,
his
what
armor.
you do is you reach into your bag and you just pull out a bunch of hot coals and you're tossing them in your hand and you just throw them at Laszlo. He makes a what saving throw?
All right.
Oh wait, no, he doesn't make any saving throw.
He just when the creature is in physical contact takes 2d8 fire damage.
Jesus. All right, roll 2d8
Aslo.
It's actually technically
on his turn.
well, no. Let's see. Because of my arcane focus, when I cast an artificer spell, roll a d8 and you gain a bonus to the spell's damage rolls equal to the number rolled. So this is
Okay,
technically
so 3d8. Awesome.
Jeez.
Wow,
he
that's
takes
nuts.
16 fire
Jesus.
damage.
So the coals just land inside of his metal armor. And he's just like, ah, 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 and he starts clawing at his armor. Yeah, I mean, it's 16 points worth of damage. He looks pissed off, but he's definitely still alive. Awesome. Well
His
done.
armor is still on fire.
Yeah, so that'll happen. That'll keep happening until he gets it off.
All right, that's my turn.
Well done. Atticus, you're up, my man. Ray,
am I
you're
still
on deck.
blind? Because it says till the spell ends. Did he drop the spell when he fell down the pit?
Good point. Yes, you are no longer blind.
So I'm not blind.
Yep.
Sweet.
You,
I'm
you
just
like
gonna look
you
at
hear
Laszlo.
you hear a, and then you can see.
I'm just gonna look at Laszlo and be like, "You've got me. I've got you." And I'm just gonna run up.
Kill me!
I'm just gonna run up to fake Laszlo,
Kill me.
and I'm going to cast as a bonus action, Divine Favor.
Okay.
Gives me an extra D4 when I hit. if
Yeah.
I hit. No, that dice failed me last time. That's a 3 plus 7, 10.
10 does
Guessing
not
doesn't
hit.
hit.
No.
Man, I cannot roll higher than a 6 to attack. Attack again. Oh, that's an 18 plus a 7, so that's 25.
That definitely hits.
And I'm gonna pump a 3rd level Divine Smite and do it. So let me do some math. So
Okay.
that's-
Well, don't do
Uh,
just the divine favor in the thing first. In the weapon first.
So that'd be a D8.
Zach's too nice with us on that shit.
I know.
I know. I
Plus
am.
a D6 plus 5.
But it's fun.
Voltage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 8 plus 5. So 9 points of slashing damage, 6 points of lightning damage.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15 total.
You run right up to Laszlo, take out your sword, spin it, and just like kind of slide forward and slice as you do, and evil Laszlo's head just pops off and rolls on the ground. He is now dead.
Still have another attack. I can't do anything.
He just
I
slips, just
moved.
on the ground.
Attack me, Atticus!
Throw your
So I
sword
moved
at
10.
Ray.
Yeah.
So I have another 20 feet of movement. 5, 10, 15, 20. And I used a bonus action to do that. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. It is now evil Ray's turn. No, it is regular Ray's turn. Sorry.
Sweet baby Rays.
Sweet baby Ray.
Oh, that's cute.
So if the party does not start referring to me to that as that, I'll be very upset. Because Ray is soft. So I'm gonna fly on Teeny Tiny.
Mr. Teen Tone.
And feeling a little sad at the fact that I just watched a dragon explode.
Yeah.
But as I'm flying towards Negare,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fire 2 longbows at her.
Do it.
And we'll see what happens.
Do it to it.
First one is 27 to hit.
That does hit.
Do you want me to do both hits, both damage? Or
Yeah, let's do
just
that.
One at a time?
Mhm.
Okay. Nat 1 on the second one.
Okay, that misses. Go ahead and roll damage.
Can
to
I
that
use
first
my
one.
inspiration
Yeah, for sure.
to reroll?
Oh, yeah.
Is that?
Yep.
So it's actually a 24.
Yeah, both hit.
Then we'll do D8. 7. So 17 points of damage plus 1d6 extra for the hunter's mark.
Correct.
So 22 points of damage.
22, nice.
And then,
yeah, they both
go
just
ahead.
one right into one shoulder, the other right into the abdomen. She's looking up at you. She's looking bloody and she's looking hurt, but she's still standing.
And then as a bonus action, Tiny is going to just fly right down and just nom her, hopefully to death.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for attack for Tiny.
Oh, Tiny.
Teeny Tine.
9.
9 misses, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So
he's still gonna do it though.
Yeah, he hovering above her almost, he reaches down, swipes at her, and she dodges out of the way. That's the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right. It is now Evil Ray's turn. She is going to what is she gonna do?
Don't ask me. I'm all good.
Don't ask. Don't ask you.
Got me.
Okay, she's going to use her last 3rd level spell. Out of the 2 that she has, she's going to take her longbow, pull it back, and then release it. And as it releases, the arrow turns into a bolt of lightning and is going to fire out towards you. And she does a 10 plus 20.
Yeah, that hits for sure. For sure.
20 hits for sure. Thank you, plus 2 longbow. So she's gonna do. You need to make a. Oh, okay, no. Never mind. You're just gonna take this damage.
Oh, cool.
The creatures next to you would have to make a dexterity saving throw, but there's no one next to you. So you
Tiny.
take. Oh yeah, that's true.
Tiny is nice.
Tiny needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
A dexterity.
Yes, please.
11.
11. So that fails. You, Ray, take 18 points of lightning damage.
Half that because I am resistant.
Yes, because of Tiny himself. And he takes 12 points of lightning damage, halved to 6, I think.
Yeah, he
Or is he immune?
He is immune.
Great. They just sparkle over his scales, and he's totally fine. And you
cool,
take half the damage. And Evil Ray kind of like looks at you, and her eyes widen, seemingly having forgot her roots. That is the end of
Oop.
her turn. It is now Evil Rev's turn, who is going to just hand Evil Avra a healing potion. Not do anything with it. Just hand it to her. And then he's going to... He's scared.
The dragon is upset.
The dragon is upset. The dragon is very upset.
Visibly upset.
He's going to cast Mage Armor on himself. And is then going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to here. And that'll be the end of his turn. Avra, you're up. Rev, you're on deck.
Changes what I was gonna do a little. You know, I'm gonna just shift to like right here. Square up with my girl. Toss another ray of sickness her way.
Duped.
We're gonna make it a 4th level because you know, why not?
Wow.
That's a modified 20 to hit.
For sure hits.
And that is gonna do 23 points of poison damage.
You point your finger at your evil counterpart, the sickly
Oh,
beam.
am I about to do it? Because I want to say something cool.
Yes.
I want to say, red's not even our color. And then kills her.
The sickly beam of green energy flies through the air and it lands in her chest, and she just kind of looks at you. Oh! And as she says that, her skin becomes pale, her veins blacken and become visible. She just starts vomiting viscerally, and she falls on the ground, dead. And that is the end of Evil Ray, and that is the end, or Evil Avra, and that is the end of Avra's turn. Rev, you're up, buddy. In wonderful Rev fashion, Evil Rev has not taken a point of damage yet.
Yep.
Classic Rev
That's how we
fashion.
do.
Yep.
Just hide in plain sight. I do. Drop
I'm assuming neither you have either.
I have.
Oh, you have?
Just from
Gotcha.
from the bomb. But
Oh yeah, but it wasn't directed at you.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop the disguise so we don't have some kind of like only the real Rev can
Yeah,
answer.
yeah.
But pursue with a dash and attack Evil Rev using the same Spirit Shroud spell concentration.
Yeah. Okay.
Attacking with my rapier. That is a 23 to hit.
For sure.
13 points of slashing damage and rolled for max damage. And then 8 points of radiant damage.
Ooh. Okay, so yeah, you take out your rapier. It glows with the imbued power of the spirit surrounding you, and you slice down at your evil counterpart, swiping right across the chest, his leather armor just peeling away where you sliced at him. He kind of looks at you in fear, pulls out his rapier. Evil Elliot, appears on his shoulder. Hey, you know what? Fuck you, buddy! That'll be the end of your turn.
I'm pretty sure I can't die, but I think you can.
All right, Laszlo, you're up.
All right, I swivel my cannon around to face Evil Ray, who is currently locked in combat with Tiny and Normal Ray. Correct?
Correct.
All right, I'm gonna pack tactics, shoot my cannon at Ray. With my bonus action. 24 to hit.
Hits.
12 force damage.
where Evil Ray's head once stood is now a bloody stump, as the force of the impact from the cannon completely beheads Evil Ray right in front of you, Good Ray. And you watch as your headless body falls to the ground, limp. And that is the end of Evil Ray.
I will behead all of our enemies. And then that was my bonus section. The only person left is Evil Rev, who's I can't see behind.
Yeah, no, you can. He's how tall?
Like
how tall is
on the
Rev?
ground.
Yeah.
5'10".
Yeah. So he's about he's like about a little over a foot over that rubble that you can see.
All right, I use my action.
Because the part that's still intact is still 5 feet tall.
Take out my.
He has like half cover, maybe.
My
Yeah. Plus 2
bazooka
AC.
cannon.
No.
And cast Scorching Ray.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I have advantage on all 3 of these attacks.
Real missed opportunity to not use Scorching Ray on Red.
Oh, on Ray. Very good point. Yeah, you do have advantage on all of these with the pack tactics. Yeah, you have advantage on all of them. Get all 3.
Okay, 20 to hit.
Hits.
25 to hit.
Hits.
This is fun. 17 to hit.
17 does not hit.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
With that half
all
cover.
right. So that is going to be a total of 13 fire damage.
13 points of fire damage as Evil Rev right in front of you, Good Rev, kind of just explodes in flame. And he starts batting it away. Elliot is just on the shoulders, like kind of surfing on the shoulder of Evil Rev now, just flipping off Good Rev and Laszlo, just like both, making sure you can both see him. Is that the end of your turn, Laszlo?
I kind of delicately push my cannon over here.
Okay, cool.
Just pushing it.
Atticus, you're up, my man. And Ray, you are on deck.
I will. Let's see. Yeah, I'll walk. I'll use some movement, and then I'll use a bonus action to Misty Step.
Okay.
To get on the other side of Ray.
Okay.
Or, Rev. To give me advantage.
Yes, sir.
And then I will swing away twice.
Swing away, Barrel.
First attack is I rolled 216, so that's 23.
Hits.
I'm gonna pump a 3rd level Divine Smite into it.
Okay.
So that's God, this is gonna be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Divine Smite is 2d8, 3d8, 48, so 5d8. 5d8, a d4, and a d6.
Damn.
What
is that just high pitched squealing in the back? Someone's tea ready?
It's Radiator Life, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I honestly never hear it. That's why I was confused.
18, 19 points plus 5, I believe. So 24 points.
Atticus, how do you want to do this, my man?
I'll just look at Rev and just say, meet in the middle! And I'll just tell him, like, we'll both just kind of skewer him.
Yeah. Easily enough, you both skewer Evil Rev. One of you goes up, one of you goes down, completely cutting the man in half as he falls to the ground. And with that, the crowd erupts into cheers. Here. The crowd erupts into cheers, and Tack Zaber floats out above the arena. Hey, yeah! Well done, guys! Woo! And he's floating above all of you. And he says, well, hey, you know what? You guys did a really good job. You faced the test of mind, the test of spirit, and the test of strength, and you fought all of them proudly. You know what? You really killed it. Trial of Gygax. Victors, you guys. Gygax Council, super happy for you. Man, this was just really great for me, really great for all of our viewers at home. And we just really want to thank you for coming to the realm of Dind. And once again, this has not been a vision. This has not been a dream. This really has happened. So, your prize are 4 items. They are the same thing. You have to decide where they go. All we can tell you is that they're really good and work best at a distance. Okay, last riddle of the day. Figure that one out. Bye! And as Tack Zaber fades away, the rest of you, where is it? Oh no. Here we go. You start to fall from a very high height. And then you realize that it's not you falling. It's 4 items, things that you can't see, but they look like meteors. And right now, you are above the whole of the world Erubrian. So, I'm going to put the map
Oh god.
in roll 20 for you.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I need
Scratch
you.
everything. No more dragons. No more.
I need you
Savior.
to decide the location of these 4 items.
Are we nuking places, or are we?
He promised you. He said that these are a good thing and that they
Okay.
work best at a distance.
Okay. I'm guessing
definitely-
teleportation, like circles.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
So
We should definitely do the cold slab because,
Should,
That-
should we?
well, if that's where Xavier is like hanging
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
isn't?
Well, that's where he
Mhm.
last was. You don't know if he's still there.
Let's
yeah.
put one in my hole.
What? Oh, I should have said that. One is going to where you guys currently are. So you have to
Okay,
decide the
so
3
Okay.
others.
3.
3 other
Okay.
But
ones.
one is going in the
Volume?
hole.
Yeah.
So one's going in the hole.
Or Pharaoh's grave
Voluin
marker.
or Stagham.
I think maybe we should put them like between cities because we're more likely to find
Mm.
teleportation circles in the cities.
They're not teleportation circles.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm just thinking where like our next stops are gonna be, so if we need to like pick them up or like activate them.
Follow you in, stag.
They are, and I'm just
They
saying
work
they
best at a
could be
distance.
they could be teleporter thingies, but they're not teleportation circles. They are items.
They
They're
are
specifically handheld items.
And they're all the same.
Can
They're
you
all the
cast
same.
Identify on them, Avery?
No, she cannot.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
didn't want you to think that it was like a permanent, unmovable thing. That's not what it is.
I say we put
Mm.
one in Dornfarum.
Where's
Why?
that?
Where?
Where
Why?
is that?
Far
never
left,
even heard
top
of that
top left
place.
of the mountain of the
Oh.
map.
Okay.
Yeah, if we do quad like if because we're in the Hillcoff Grove, right? Like right at the edge of the Grey Tips.
You're like around. You're like around here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we have that, we could put them in each like quadrant. So one at like Mount Blackrock, one at Dorn for Power from, and one at like the Draconic Isle or something.
What about? Shouldn't we put one on the cold slab?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, so one on the
agree.
cold slab.
One in
One.
Dornfarum.
I mean, I'm gonna laugh when these are like food and water for the masses.
Yeah.
Just like in the frigid desert, frigid.
Why don't we just put them all 4 of them right where we are?
He said they
Right.
work best at a distance.
What if
I
we
don't-
put one
And
at
I don't
we
know
have
they
the
are.
option to not put them next to us. So
I think we should put one.
How about
One of
this?
them-
How about this?
one
I
of
can
them-
tell
we
you the
have one by-
directions. I can tell you the directions that they're heading, and you can choose to change those directions or not.
that sounds like a good
Sure.
suggestive start.
One is
Thank
heading.
you.
One is heading towards Rogar. One is heading towards Voluin. One is heading towards Stagham, and one is heading where you are.
They're dragon eggs, and we're gonna have dragons.
I mean,
Okay, you said
that sounds pretty fair.
Zrogar,
Yeah.
Voluin, Stagham, and where you are.
So they're like the
It's
biggest.
pretty all.
it's in kind of a line.
Yeah, we need to get maybe
It's a
one
collectathon
towards the
between.
north.
Yeah.
Should we put?
Has anybody
one
ever
in-
been to Drogar?
I don't think
Maybe
so.
my vote is change the Stagham one to the cold slab just to cover all bases.
That's
Yeah, we
still
need to
only
go to
leaving us on the
Folly
south
Way.
of the map. I don't know
Anyway,
what they
so.
do, but
I mean, we can't travel that quickly, really, realistically. I think that makes sense. Move the Stagham one to the cold slab, and then leave everything else where it is.
Yeah.
What about?
No, say it, Ian. Say it.
Okay, I was gonna say, Stagham one would be the closest one to us that isn't currently at our location.
Right.
I think Stagham is a good. If this is not what we think it is, Stagham is the best point of origin to orient ourselves to get to either Voluin or the cold slab.
That's true.
My suggestion is we move the Zrogar one to the cold slab and leave the other two where they are.
But if this is like a teleportation, some sort of teleportation, it'd be nice to be able to go there.
Yeah.
If we need to go there.
If we need to go there, but
I will say Avra is somewhat correct on the fact that if you do need to go there, Zrogar's a city. So
Yeah.
the chances of having a teleportation circle
Alright.
there are pretty good.
Okay.
what's the Spirit City? Does anybody-
yeah, do you want to go to Mount Blackrock?
You guys don't know what
Let's
the
just do a
Spirit City
travel
is.
trip.
Frost
So-
Grasp?
So we should do Follow
You do know
in,
Frost
Stagham, and the cold slab.
Shoo!
It's still all.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's still all right there.
They have landed. I'm sorry, I can only give you so much
It's
deliberation
okay.
time.
Mm,
So they land, and the rest of you, silence takes you, before eventually the sound of a crackling fire enters your ears once again, and you wake up in Laszlo's shack, and in the center of the five of you is a gold bar.
mm.
And on this gold bar, there are 4 gems: a ruby, a sapphire, a pearl, and an emerald. The pearl is fixed in location. Can't be touched, can't be pressed. The other 3 gems can be pressed.
Damn, Laszlo, what the fuck did
identify
you put
this
in
thing.
this soup?
Yeah.
Do we never
can
tell
I-
anybody anybody else what happened here?
Yeah, we
So we
can't.
just never
right?
tell Elburn and.
Wait, but this
should
is my
not
most
tell.
heroic moment ever. We can't not tell people.
I want to take the minute to cast Identify.
Yeah.
You cast Identify.
I want to say that we would just press the button, but nothing in our history has led to believe that that would be the case.
I would love if a button was pressed.
Well, here, let me see it.
Well,
Press
here,
all the buttons at once.
literally,
Um,
you press it as Identify happens.
Uh-huh.
Actually, you know what? Avra, make a dexterity check for me.
It's not a good thing to make me do. Let's see. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. 17.
17. As you're dealing with the item, you cast Identify on it, and the other 5 people who have woken up, Elburn is still asleep, Kelfie's still asleep, Willem's over on the side, but you all kind of gather around Avra, and she's looking at it, curious as to what's going on. Avra looks up, and she says, "Yep, teleportation." And as she says that, she presses the sapphire button, not meaning to, but just presses it. And the 5 of you immediately start swirling, and the energy around you swirls and swirls. And Avra, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, out of your control, the device slams onto the ground and embeds itself on the ground. Not into the ground, but just like sticks itself to the ground. And the five of you kind of explode backward in this energy, and you can all five see each other as you're just like flowing in this orb of energy, and then you're pushed back, and you're all five standing in this room, and it's a wooden room with ornate carvings all around it, and over on one side of the room you hear arguing. Yes, I know, but that is the best strategy that we have. I'm the captain, so you're going to listen to me, okay? Now what? And their attention is brought to you as you turn to see a tall, elvish woman dressed in very nice captain's armor with the symbols of Faluin on her armor. And you see another man kind of standing next to her, and they both immediately pull their swords. And the woman looks to the five of you. Who are you? How did you get here?
Press another button. Press another button.
Press a button.
Press a button. Press
You
another button.
Push another button.
you
Middle button,
you
middle
see a device that is on the ground. It's not the one that you had in your hand. It is it has the sapphire button unable to be pressed, but the pearl, the ruby, and the emerald can be pressed.
I'm gonna push.
So you go down and you pick it, but before you can, or as you do, it doesn't work. And you cast Identify, you know these can only be activated once per day.
Oh, no.
So she looks over at you. Who are you? Say your names.
Looks like we're not in my hole anymore.
Hi, my name is
That's-
Sweet Baby Scorching Ray.
We are.
Atticus Farcona.
My name is Avra. We're part of the.
Wait. Did you say Atticus Farcona?
Yeah.
Lake Peak 7?
That's
5 of us right now, but yep.
My name is Thalia Ganondel. What news do you have of my brother? And that is where we will end tonight's session.
I knew it. I knew it the minute you were like, "We're gonna probably win this as the captain."
Well,
I'm like,
we have
"Fuck
the
this shit."
shield.
Okay, I broke the news last time, so not it.
Yeah.
That is where we will end.
I'll
Oh
break the
my
news to
God.
her.
That is where we will end tonight's session.
Well, you shouldn't be the one.
Gonna do
Yeah, I
that.
As the party is introduced to Thalia Ganondel, Pharaoh's sister and captain of a certain sect of soldiers that are looking to attack a certain green dragon. But that is something that we will find out more about in the next session. So I do think that we are having a session next week. I think we are going to unfortunately have it sans Atticus, but it'll most likely be a full Erubrian session with the entire party returning on the 23rd.
Well, then we know who's going to explain to Talia how...
You're gonna give it to the guy who's
He's
not
dead.
there. Short session tonight for the one shot,
Yes.
but
It was fun.
a fun time.
Very
That was a
fun.
great time.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us, and yeah, well, we'll see you next week. Hope you had a good time. Stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, everybody say bye.
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 Bye.